Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. We are back onto normal schedule times, like one stream a week. Maybe so. We had so much fun on the Marvel vs. Capcom stream last week, though, that we're probably going to do another gaming stream of some kind. Dr. Grid, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. This is going to be fun. We're going to go over Hasbro PulseCon at the end of the show, so if you notice our little, if I can point correctly, this outline here. You can see the bottom part is going to be the PulseCon recap, so we're going to go through the new news. So if you joined us for like the live reaction, we're going to go over stuff. There's some more details. There's some more depth we can go into. But yeah, I mean it's cool. We're back onto our normal schedule. Let's introduce my co-host here. We've got Fighter Kaus, also known as Jerry.
Last week was probably the longest week I've had in my life for a while. Oh, I'm so glad to finally get some sleep.
Yeah, that's good. And we have DarkCloud643, Ryan.
Beware of Justin Wong on NBC. He could be anywhere.
Isn't his username Wazler15 or something?
Yes.
You see Wazler just drop.
I love the people actually complaining they lost. So I'm like, well, that's like saying you lost a foot race to the Flash. Come on, were you expecting to win?
My favorite part.
To win.
My favorite part. He bought a Switch just to get the NBC.
Yes.
The Switch copy.
He saw his Switch screen was empty except for the NBC.
Yeah, he only has NBC.
Oh, it's 94 Coon's birthday as well. Happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, that's awesome.
Happy birthday.
Chat, if you may notice, we have a new stream buddy in our background. I'll debut him here.
Is it Chopper?
It is Tony Chopper.
Chopper's doctoring.
He's Chopper's doctoring. Welcome to Chopper.
He's so small that Sal can literally grip him, grip his whole entire body and jangle him.
Spin Dash's birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Spin
Dash. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Spin Dash.
All the birthdays.
So yeah, this is a Chopper. It's a Band Presto Crane King plush from 2013. I was buying the last Sentai gears I didn't have, which were the 3 Kamen Rider ones that were a ticket bonus. And so I was like, I need something to go with them, and I didn't spend too much on this little guy, but I was like, look at his plush hat. He's so fuzzy. So now we got Chopper joining the stream friends background.
The Moopsie's not near him, is he?
No, Moopsie is safely in the other room. Moopsie is being guarded by another buddy we'll introduce later because he's a spoiler for an unboxing video. But yeah, so there we go. There's Chopper. I kind of feel like Chopper should get integrated into the One Piece Tower, and Puchita should get a new home. Just because Puchita's like the one guy, the one outlier on the One Piece stuff behind me. So anyways, that's life updates. Let's give a special shout out to everybody in our chat so far.
All right.
Spit the Crow is the One Piece real. It's real in my heart. That's all that matters.
Welcome, 94 Coon, Benjamin Wiseman, Crossy Hosley, Dr. Grid, Ghost Train, Jamie's World, LPH, Commerce 64, Mohan Diop, Mr. Tanuki, Mateki Teef, Psycho O, Smith the Crow, Spin Dash, SH4 Jason, Sussy, Tomo Kane, Zeltrax.
Welcome, everybody. The show today is interesting because I feel like I'm going to be repeating myself from past streams. Like, apologies if that happens because we are kind of covering. I know on Friday when we had downtime in the Pulse stream, everyone was like, "What'd you think of this? And what'd you think of this?" And so we have we said a lot of thoughts. So if it gets repetitive, that's just what's going to happen. So it'll be kind of fun. Mr. Tanuki said, hasn't Oda promised the One Piece isn't the friends we made along the way? I believe so. K-Master and Infinite have also joined the chat. So yeah, I mean, it's good. I think what I want to do, Psycho O's, I have already dealt with 4 copyright claims this week. I'm not playing the Kogami clip from O's.
Woof.
I am so copyright claimed. I had a copyright claim on the Pulse reaction stream because I played like a few seconds of the audio from Pulse's stream by accident, and the music copyright claimed. I'm currently dealing with the royalty-free music I use for Month of Monsters, that's getting claimed left and right, and so I'm having to fight all of those. Yeah, I got copyright claimed on Voltron sound effects. And
Wait, what? Really?
on a video from 2010. And I'm just like, why now?
Do you ever
why
get claimed for the Naruto? Have you ever got claimed for the Naruto opening you used to use in your old videos?
Yes, I have. And I don't fight that one because what am I going to do? It literally was just a Naruto opening playing in a video in 2009. Yeah.
These claims, I swear, only pop up to like hinder people instead of like stopping actual rule breakers.
Legit, I see.
Right.
I was doing some filming for the Transformers rundown this weekend because I had like Transformers piled up on my desk, and I was like, I need to get this get this cleared. And I just like pull up the G1 movie on YouTube and just scroll through it to find like reference for Springer's accessories and stuff. And it was just like, and it's not copyright claimed at all. It's still up, but I'm like, I don't get what the copyright claim system's for. Let's see. Master Ben asked about Deca Master. It did not. The D-Sword Vega currently is fine. So
surprisingly.
I also shook that sword a lot in that video so that Bandai wouldn't come after me like they did with the D3. Which Naruto opening? It was the second opening.
Second one, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I used. I just like, I mean, it was 2009. YouTube didn't even have a copyright detection system. Of course, we didn't.
It was the while. It was the while. Was that before or after the Viacom lawsuit for
before?
YouTube?
It was before. Yeah, the Viacom lawsuit's the reason we have a copyright detection system, and it's all automated now, and so it's like really hard to like. Sometimes you think things won't flag, and then they do, and then you're like, why did this flag? And then, oh, is this actually the company that owns this material? Or is it not? Like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very annoying, guys. It's very annoying to deal with.
That bump of chicken story I told you about.
Yep. That's another good one. Yeah, it's annoying. Anyways, so on that note, the thing that blows my mind, because we talked about this last week on streams. So far, I've had the least amount of trouble with the Marvel vs. Capcom music. Did my internet
so
just
far?
Okay, there we go.
No.
I was like, okay, good. All right, good. I was like yeah. Let's see. Infinite said best Naruto opening Fighting Dreamers. That song is titled Go, and it's by Flo, the guy that did the Code Geass openings, and also did Gotchard music. So yeah, no. NBC music I've been having less issues with. So if you hear me using that more, that's it's just
for me with Naruto, it's always either the second intro, the second opening, or original, or the fifth one at the Sasuke retrieval arc opening. It's always been some of my favorite ones.
Was a good one. Yeah.
Did they ever retrieve Sasuke during that arc?
Not really, no.
Exactly.
Nope.
It's always funny. It's called the Sasuke Retrieval Mission for a reason. Not that they actually succeeded. What about music from Power Rangers? Battle for the Grid seems to be fine.
Safe, yeah.
If I use any of the stuff from Cosmic... I did some tests. Cosmic Fury and Dino Fury had their official soundtracks released, and no, those get picked up. Same thing. X-Men 97's opening. But if you use the 92 version, no problem. That's what I learned.
I think it's just because that song's so old, it's kind of been the Wild West. Because
and you also can't legally buy the X-Men 92 opening where you can the 97 one.
I think that's because I think because Disney can't copyright it because they don't actually own that version.
No, they don't. Yeah, Haim Saban owns it, even though Ron Wasserman made it.
Mm-hmm.
Spin Dash says Tsunami Memories. Spin Dash was sharing like a Tsunami clip of a Dragon Ball intro for the Android Saga, and I just got like such a rush of like serotonin nostalgia. It was just like amazing.
I love those Tsunami intros, man.
Yeah.
Those the colon narrated ones.
Yes, those are great. Also, just the ones where they're just like straight up music videos.
Yeah. We got even more Revenge of Cooler vibes from Dragon Ball.
Yep. I need to. So, by the way, everybody, I was talking to people on the Discord this weekend about Dragon Ball home releases and some of the problems.
Oh boy.
The Dragon Ball home video history series that I'm planning in my head has now gone up to 5 videos. Yeah. If it says remember Rock the Dragon, how could I ever forget?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you have the ocean what the Rock the Dragon said?
I didn't buy that because I thought about it, and then it vanished, and I was like, I don't really need it. Because I kept thinking, would I actually watch this? And the answer was some clip, sure. I wasn't ever going to actually just watch the original.
I know that set was really popular when it came out.
One of the best video qualities on any Dragon Ball home release ever.
Surprisingly.
And it's not an uncut version, of course. It's the edited version. Let's see. Muhammad says, have you been keeping up with Ultraman arc? Yes, I have.
Last episode, man. Why did Super Arc give us 2 episodes?
The last 2 were directed by the same guy, and I was like, all right, welcome back, Ultraman Taiga. Ripping my damn heart out.
I know, right?
Guest character I met 20 minutes ago. Like, jeez.
I know, right?
Oh, Hellfire says, did Japan have these issues? Japan is the source of these issues. The source of most Dragon Ball video problems, and I say most because the orange bricks are indefensible, most of the problem is from Toei.
And here's the thing, and even then, they're still not perfect because of the audio.
Yep.
Yes, which Toei didn't want to take that offer.
Nope.
But France did.
Again, is Super Saiyan 4's hair pink or red?
Oh yeah, all of GT's red tinted. The entire show. We've never seen it in the correct colors outside Japan. And the only time it was the correct colors was on the broadcast, because the Japanese DVD, and then the Japanese DVD, which then means all the versions Funimation got are all red tinted. And we only found this out because Sita might looked at it, got a reel, and then looked at it and was like, huh, and then tweaked it, and they're like, so the entire show's red tinted.
And it didn't help that Toei out of nowhere just posted a non-tinted screenshot of it one day.
I think that's what got Sita might to go, wait a minute.
It created this whole time Mandela effect where every game, I think when Super Saiyan 4 first appeared in games, like up to like Budokai, the original Budokai Tenkaichi games, where the red had Super Saiyan 4 Goku had the red fur, but I think onwards it had where like Heroes, Xenoverse, and even Sparking, it's that pinkish tone that they try. Even the Figuart is the Figuart pinkish tone also.
Yep. I think it's the Sailor Moon pink tin issue.
Well, I remember
funny enough, the Dragon Star Super Saiyan 4 Goku doesn't have the pink fur. That's the actual accurate red fur.
Yeah. Crossy Aussie said we're using music from.
Jamie, we got a super chat. Love the stream. Think copyright strikes are getting worse as it kills channels. Plus, keep up the good work. Want to know where you get the chopper plush from? I bought it from
Sarugia. Yeah, Sarugia had them. I dug around. I was like, I need to find one I really like, and I was like, I want a pre-time skip chopper. And then I saw the fuzzy hat one, and I was like, I'm sold. Let's see. So, all right, let me go through a couple of comments on the Dragon Ball thing. 94 Coons, you going to talk about the whole tint thing, like the green tint for superhero? Absolutely. The superhero green tint's funny. The Broly one is less funny. The superhero green tint is less intense on the Funimation or the Funny Roll release. To the point where if you have the 4K, your 4K player will use its HDR to get rid of the green tint. Which is why I thought it didn't have a green tint. But then people looked at the raw file and were like, it has a green tint. And I'm like, I'm not seeing it. And then a lot of people were like, we're not seeing it. And then someone said, turn the HDR off on your player. And I did, and the green tint popped up.
Wait, does PS5 have that too?
Yes, PS5 has HDR.
Oh, that explains why.
So what it is that your player is like getting the high dynamic range colors and it's dropping the green out of it. But the file itself that's on the disc is still green tinted. It's just less green so that the player actually ends up auto-tweaking it out.
For Dark Claw, I put a before and after of GT being color corrected.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me go through this. Mr. Tuki says, I started DBZ for the first time recently. The cropping of the Blu-ray is pretty obvious and severe. Yes, it is.
I know.
We will talk about it. Like, it's going to take me like all of next year to do this video series.
Let's just say proper Dragon Ball releases.
Oh, Toma, member for 10 months.
Nice.
Thank you, Toma, for being a member for 10 months. It's a high record, I think. Yeah.
That is. But yeah,
Mhm.
Sound Out. I've been with proper Dragon Ball home media releases. I've been fighting for this for since 2009.
Yep. It's going to be, what I'm going to plan to do is I'm going to this is the current plan, this may change, is we're going to have a collage of screenshots, and it's going to be like, here's the Seed of Might color-corrected version to show you what, the control sample of what it should be. Here's the Dragon Box. Here's the Funimation single release. Here's the Orange
level
Bricks.
set.
Here's this level set. All that. It's going to take some research to do it, because I don't own all those releases physically. I own some. I have, the Ultimate Uncuts, and I have the Orange Bricks, and I'll find screenshots that all match, and then go look at how it looks in every version.
Your Ultimate Uncuts that came with the Jakks Pacific Dragon Ball figures?
I didn't get the one with the figures. I just have the DVDs.
Oh,
I thought the
I've
figures
seen
looked
those.
bad. I didn't want to spend extra on them. All right, and then let's see. Kaiju 954 has been reading the Dragon Ball manga for the first time since April in the Boo arc now. I just started reading the Dragon Ball manga from the top to bottom because I've read it all out of order over the years. I've never read it straight through from the beginning to end, and I started doing that, and it's really fun. It's one of the breeziest reads. When I'm kind of tired at the end of the night and I just want to read something easy, I just pick up Dragon Ball because it's just breezy. It's a breezy read, and it's awesome. It's wonderful.
Exactly.
Oh god, everyone's talking about Red versus Pink Sharzaku. That's a whole different video. That's a whole different thing. K-Master 653. Can you do How to Watch Transformers since Transformers 1 is coming out this Friday? Glad you asked, because my How to Watch Transformers is coming out this Friday. I've already filmed it. I sound like an insane man talking about Japanese G1 continuity. But I got everything. Absolutely everything. If you're wanting to know what you need to watch before Transformers 1, absolutely nothing. It's a complete, fresh continuity.
It's origin film.
Exactly.
Also.
You can just go watch the movie on its own. It's great. But if you want to dive into Transformers after that, that guide is going to give you, here's what goes with what, here's what goes with what, here's what order to put things in. It's not going to go as deep as, here's the correct episode orders like I did for TMNT. But it's really don't have the time. There's so much more Transformers.
Also, Transformers doesn't really have that
outside
much
of G1 Season 3 and outside of G1 Season 3...
And that one episode of Energon.
That one episode of Energon and that one episode of Cybertron. Everything else is fine, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Excluding the Japanese dubs of Beast Wars, because that's a mess. You guys have no idea how messy Beast Wars Metals is. You have no idea. Because if you just skim articles, you're like, oh yeah, okay, they dubbed the 26 episodes of Season 2 and 3 of Beast Wars as the 26 episodes of Beast Wars Metals. That's not what they did. Find out the answer on Friday. It's insane. Yeah, let's see. Let me go through, just double check anything wanted to cover. Jeremy Carr says, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, and join Discord. Yes, someone joined the Discord this weekend and said they wanted to make sure to join the Discord so they got updates on when videos come out because YouTube's notification system wasn't working.
Horrible.
We always post when a video goes up on the channel or when we go live.
You guys do. Yep.
Easy thing. We tag everybody, so you get a little ding, and it's there you go, new video.
94 Kun. Are you also stuck with the whole 30th anniversary 4:3 aspect ratio for the Dragon Ball video? I'm assuming.
Absolutely. It's good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover every release of Dragon Ball from DVD to now. I'm not touching VHS, and I don't want to get a single damn comment about why I didn't cover VHS.
Aren't the VHS release, at least during the funny days, aren't they just the same as the original single DVDs?
For the most part, yes. It's complicated. I don't want to add that layer. I did VHS for Sonic, and
because it's small.
It was small. It was easy. Dragon Ball Z, so many VHS. There's enough single DVDs.
Skeptica cover Laserdisc.
No, respectfully, no. I want to talk about Laserdisc someday. I'm just not there yet.
From one is a Frisbee.
Yeah, I have Laserdisc. I need a Laserdisc player.
Does your father and mother have the Star Trek stuff on Laserdisc?
Yes.
I know they were on there.
We have the first 7 Star Trek movies on Laserdisc in a box set.
Do you display them as art? Do you display them? Because I know some people do that with their Laserdisc, because it's fine.
Nah, they're in a slipcase. That box weighs 20 pounds. I don't know what to do with it. It's really heavy. I like keeping it, but
Nightmare could. Nightmare could. Are you ever gonna do Star Trek home media history?
Maybe. That's less messy and more just repetitive because they release the same things over and over and over again. I might do that at some point though. Yeah, but the way I'm going to do the Dragon Ball home video history is I'm going to do it like I did the Star Trek Playmates retrospective. We're going to do chunks of the video.
Each
Each
thumbnail
segment is
should
like
be-
30 to 40 minutes, and then we do a giant compilation at the end.
each thumbnail when I make those thumbnails should be just you looking more disheveled each part.
And then magically cure me at the end.
Yeah.
Because essentially, again, this may change because I haven't actually written anything yet. In my head, Episode 1 is Dragon Ball. Episode 2 is Z. Episode 3 is the Z movies, because that's a mess as well. Episode 4 is GT. Episode 5 is Kai and Super, because Kai and Super are not that messed up. So
until you get the Yamamura stuff.
Yeah. So that's the idea. The other,
K Master,
yeah.
Welcome K Master 653. Do you have a favorite MCU Marvel legend?
Do you?
Does
Oh,
Andrew
boy.
Garfield count?
Now he does.
Yeah, I guess now
I
he
think
does.
technically he does.
Even though they had to change the name.
Yeah, technically he's an Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure legally,
Yeah.
right? But like,
Yeah.
But it's a Marvel legend.
it's an MCU Marvel
MCU
legend,
figure.
right? It's the only thing that
Yeah.
I think could top this is going to be the Wolverine in the yellow suit, and then the
Yeah.
only thing that can top that is going to be when they
Brown
make the brown suit.
It's the brown suit.
Yeah.
James, well, did you own VCD? Do you not even know what that
I
is?
don't even know what that is.
VCD was like a better laserdisc that was more like actual vinyl. Like it was actually like an actual vinyl record as a film. It was bad. It's not as
Yeah.
good as VCD, but costs extra more.
Benjamin Wiseman's a good choice. Definitely the best Spider-Man. He's my favorite. Andrew Garfield's my favorite
Huh.
live-action Spider-Man.
Hellfire. Wait, GT has enough releases of Warren's own dedicated episode.
No, but they're all screwed up, so it's going to take a while to explain why. Because the red tint adds like 15 minutes to the runtime to explain why that's.
Let's not add the whole music debate, because if you want to have English dub with the Japanese soundtrack, you have to get the home media release, because that's not on Crunchy. Crunchy server defaults to
Also,
American soundtrack.
Hellfire says, "Does GT have enough releases to warrant its own dedicated episode?" Hellfire, do you know about the Dragon Ball GT Lost Episodes project?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh wait, what's that?
When they
Yeah.
aired GT, they made a
Oh, yeah, 'cause
40-minute
they skipped-
compilation special to show the plot setup. Skipped the
Black
entire
Star.
the entire Black Star Dragon Ball saga, jumped straight to Baby.
Hey, the
Then
baby.
later released direct to DVD the Lost Episodes, which was the Black Star Dragon
Yep.
Ball saga.
And the thing is because Funny knew. I rewatched GT recently. Funny, so they knew that was kind of slow and boring, so
Mhm.
they decided to do that instead.
Muteki says, so you don't like the Ghost Riders. If there was an MCU Ghost Rider Marvel Legend, you know I would have, but there isn't one.
But there's none.
None. We don't even got a Nick Cage. So the thing is that that's the thing with GT, is that you have not only the red tint issue, also the Lost Episodes issue. And when I do these videos, I have to explain the entire context behind it. And so that's just going to take a whole half hour to go through.
Hellfire has some more questions now. Also, to clarify, as Spindash said, I was thinking of CED. Video CD is basically DVDs on compact disc, as mainly
I
seen
know
in
those.
Southeast Asia and for retail releases.
That's nutty. Yeah, I don't own any of those. K-Master suggested a tier list on Sentai 6 Ranger designs. We could do that sometime if we ever have like news or we stop talking about Dragon Ball at the top of our streams.
Only half hour in. Oh boy.
Yep.
Anyway.
The biggest struggle with the Dragon Ball home video history is going to be remembering I lived it, but not everybody else did, and then actually making sure, because I watch videos on how messy the Dragon Ball Z releases are, and there's so much assumption. It's not like the video maker's like fault, because it's easy because it's one of the most popular series of all time. But there's like this innate assumption that you know what the issue is, right? Like they're like, look
I
how
think
bad
that's
the
a
Orange
lot.
Bricks looks, and it's like, no, let's explain why it looks bad.
I think that's a lot of them were of information they have available at the time scenario,
Yes.
because a lot of those videos are old.
And I think we're at the point where we're never going to see another version of the Dragon Ball Z home release. Like, we're just going to see re-releases from here on out. I don't think Crunchyroll's going to invest in a new remaster as much as we would like it to be properly done. I've given up all hope on that.
We were proven right. Didn't they just do a whole box set of the Blu-rays?
They haven't actually put it up yet because they announced it and then took it down. But they're about to re-release the Blu-ray season sets with the 16:9 yet again. So I'm like, they're not going to make a new set. It's time to do the history.
That.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's
16:9. It's a 4x3 show.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget the Kickstarter controversy.
I can't believe they
goodness.
have a 4x3 Blu-ray in the 30th anniversary edition, and the only time that we actually have a 4x3 release, it was in a $500 limited edition box set, and then limited edition steelbooks had one printing that were limited, and then now they go and re-release the 16:9 version. And it's just like, ugh. And then the French Blu-ray also has the issue of we don't know what's going on with it because they put out one volume and then they haven't done a second one yet.
Didn't Toei kill them? Or like Toei
the assumption is Toei killed them because they used the broadcast audio.
Yeah.
But we don't know that for sure. Anyways, it's going to be a mess, and that's why it's going to be like, and this may extend to 6. I don't know if Dragon Ball Z has to be like 2 videos, like pre-Blu-ray. Does it have to be Dragon Ball Z on DVD and then Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray? I don't know yet. We're going to see as it progresses. Currently, it's set for 5 videos. But progressively through the next year, it's not going to be... They're not going to be all at once, guys. It's going to be like, when I get one done, I will release it, and then I'll start working on the next one. In addition to the normal lineup. I can't defunct land this and go away for 6 months and come back with a 3-hour video. One day I will. That's the end goal. Have enough views that you can just walk away for months, go work on a documentary, come back, release it, and go, here it is. And then everybody's like, oh, this is amazing, and then just leave again.
That or Soundout12, Ryan, take over the channel for a couple months while I work in this.
Maybe one day. Maybe when the channel actually makes money. Anyways, let's go on to the news. I was just gonna say, the thing with Dragon Ball is I'm gonna turn 30 next year, and before I turn 30, I want the history of this thing recorded. Psycho says Dragon Ball Project before the 01 series. Yes, I've lost all motivation to do the 01 series at this point. I'm being honest.
Dragon Ball Project for the Geeks Blu-ray review.
Probably.
Well, when's that come out?
The Geeks Blu-ray's been out for how long?
Okay. You're not doing it. All right.
This is hilarious. You guys can see this in the Discord. Someone asked about when Tokusatsu said that they did de-interlaced video, or they had to de-interlace the video for 01. And I was digging through some old tweets to try to find the comment. And I found this comment where someone said, wow, 01 for $50? I thought it would be 100. And then Tokusatsu's like, we priced it that way so you could buy 2. And I was just like, wow, that aged poorly in 3 years.
Poorly aged tweets.
Yikes.
I laughed so hard. I was like, they didn't know at the time. They didn't know. See, the problem is every once in a while, I'm like, let me buy myself a treat, and I'll spend $50. And I go look at the 01 Blu-ray, and it's 59 or 60 or 68. And then I'll look at an omnibus, and I'm like, that's $50.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's definitely a Toei thing. It's not Shout's fault, but... Alright, let's get on to the PSAs. Last week, we had one regular video on the channel, which was the D-Sword Vega. That was a pretty popular video. People seem to really like that. I apologize if I haven't responded to anybody's comments on it. I've not looked at comments. I didn't look at any comments last week. I was so busy trying to do 5 streams. I did get 2 shorts out last week. We had I don't want to call it the finale of the 85th anniversary of Marvel Legends, but kinda yeah, because I don't know when, if ever, I'll buy Odin and Hulkbuster, but Warbird and Venom kind of round out that line. And then we did a comparison between the 2 Man-Things, which got more views, I think, than the Werewolf by Night special did. I mean, I don't know how that got 11,000 views.
with that, you can you have two man things. You must put them in a summoning ritual to summon your Marvel Legends Werewolf by Night.
Oh, that's right. That makes sense. And then for live streams, so in case anybody missed the live stream party last week, we had last week's Monday Live, which was normal. We had our Thursday night Marvel vs. Capcom collection launch party that was so much fun.
That has to be one of my favorite streams we did.
I think that is my favorite stream because it was the one I had to do the least amount of work on, and it was the most fun and informative at the same time. It was great.
You know what's weird? We're doing the right thing and trying to get Cyber Akuma, but it just didn't work for us because I checked. You just had to hover over Akuma, hold start, then select him. But it didn't work with us for some weird reason.
It's weird. We'll have to look into that more.
I wonder if that'll get patched, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a glitch. And then the Hasbro PulseCon 2024 live reaction stream, which was wonderful chaos, where I did a lot of shouting, and my dad was concerned. He was like, you were screaming about something, I think you were mad, and then you were screaming about something, you think you were happy. I was like, oh, yeah. Screaming mad was Star Wars. Screaming happy was Brown Suit Wolverine. He's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I think you screamed loud for Titania.
Titania I screamed pretty loud for, and then I think I screamed louder for Wolverine somehow, even though we already knew that Wolverine was coming. It was weird. Hey, Astronaut, you missed the first half hour, but all we did was talk about Dragon Ball home releases.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The Cobra Rattler Haslab has ended at 28,096 backers, which I do believe is now the highest funded G.I. Joe Haslab.
Wow, so really, I thought it was gonna be like lower in terms of
me too.
Quote math, but I'm surprised honestly.
Yeah, I guess people jumped in last minute.
That last minute FOMO.
Yep.
Scenario.
And then if you want a Medieval Spawn deluxe edition from McFarlane Toys, you got 64 hours to go, and it's probably going to cross 2 million before that ends.
Curses! We could have the funny number we streamed earlier.
I know. But yeah, 1,813,000. They've unlocked more bonus weapons. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I keep looking, and it's just videos of Todd. He's just like, look at the weapon, and I'm just like,
is it because it's medieval spawn? So I'm assuming he only uses like medieval weaponry. I'm assuming.
Yes.
So
it's like medieval weaponry. I don't know which ones
have
are
a whole
unlocked
rack.
and which ones aren't. So
you have a whole rack of medieval weapons for your figure collection.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no, I did back the medieval spawns, just so everyone knows. I'll probably do like a short on it. I just got the regular blue one because I was like, I just want a classic blue. That's enough for me. Pretty cool stuff. All right, so let's get some entertainment news. It's kind of light this week. Yeah, actually, all of it's just like PSAs. Look at this thing. So let's get looking at it. All right, first things first. Entertainment news. All right, Mainframe Studios, who I guess have reclaimed their name. For a while, they were Mainframe Entertainment. Then they were Mainframe Studios. Then they were Rainmaker Entertainment. Now they're back to being Mainframe Studios.
Yeah, because I think they were bought out. I think that's why they got the Rainmaker name.
But their name's back. Reboot has celebrated its 30th anniversary last week on September 10th, and the first episode was uploaded in HD.
You're 1 year younger.
Yes.
You're 1 year younger.
1 year younger than this. By really close in age, honestly. So, Reboot...
Isn't today Beast Wars is 28?
Yes, Beast Wars is 28 today, yeah.
Wow.
I was alive for Beast Wars, that's for sure. It's when Beast Machines hits 30, that's when I shrivel up. Anyways.
I mean, how do you think I feel?
Yeah, I'll feel like you had a couple of years with Beast Machines. So anyways, Mainframe Studios uploaded the first episode in HD. Now, there is a story behind this. So, the HD version of the show is a HD transfer from this old videotape format called D1. And
well, first up, for people who don't know, you can't just remaster 3D animation so you can with 2D because that's literally impossible.
Yes,
because 3D animation depends on how the resolution you render it in your software program. That's the only way to remaster 3D animation.
So, because this was an experimental show and it was the first CG TV series ever done, the animators at Mainframe kept all their master tapes, for whatever reason, were in this experimental video type called D1. And D1 I believe, is native 720p. But the problem with D1 is it went obsolete almost immediately. So finding a tape deck that can actually read D1 tapes is almost impossible. The studio, or the documentary crew behind the Reboot Rewind documentary was working on this documentary, found out Mainframe had all the master tapes for the entire series, containing the entire series on these D1 tapes, then had to find D1 tape decks, to which even the Discotek crew were like, you might want to just give up now, we've never seen a D1 in our lives. And that's Discotek. But persistence paid off, and they found 3 D1 tape decks in Germany. However, all of them were damaged and did not work. So then they were able to cobble together one of them into a working model, and they're still trying to work on the other 2 machines to get them working, because they can't find a manual, because all the manuals are missing.
This tech is old.
This tech is old, and it was obsolete. Nobody used it after, like, a year or 2. So, they're currently in the process of transferring Reboot. They are saving the original transfer because Mark from Discotek was like, please save the original transfer. We run into this problem a lot where they only save the encode, not the original transfer. So they're saving the original transfer. They have this new 1080p encode, which they had some screenings in Canada, some special screenings of the first couple episodes. They are still trying to work on it. It's going to take them a while to do this. There is no current release plan to release the series again on HD at the moment. But with Mainframe Studios releasing the first episode, it's a good sign that the studio is backed behind this project 100%. So,
because I mean,
adding to this, Shout Factory currently owns the home video release rights in North America, but currently only has it on DVD because that's the only version that existed prior. Maybe a deal could be done with this. The documentary itself is going to be an 8-episode series, and it's going to start airing on YouTube at the end of this month. So there is definitely more to learn about the production of Reboot and probably also the remaster. This is an HD 720p source that has been upscaled to 1080p and then uploaded to YouTube. I'm
just glad that Reboot Mainframe just owns Reboot, because I feel like they're new if like they own Reboot, or it was like co-ownership. So I mean, them uploading this on their YouTube channel shows they just fully own it. But so this is a miracle. this whole thing, the miracle,
absolute
the hard
miracle.
Work.
This is like next level miracle. Like, you're using an obsolete format that never existed long enough to have a consistent way of transferring it. Like the Domesday tape deck that's supposed to be able to read every format does not read D1. K-Master, yes, this is the same studio that made Beast Wars, and some people mentioning Beast Wars. Beast Wars, if they have the master tapes for Beast Wars, all of that would have to get approved by Hasbro.
And we know Hasbro's very stickler about
versus Reboot, which is the IP is owned by Mainframe. So
we were talking about Dragon Ball, and Cal, you can tell the story, the whole audio thing, because I'm not sure how many people know about the whole audio.
So Toei, you know why they have bad masters, right? It's because Toei tends to throw stuff out.
Yep.
So they don't have the audio masters anymore. Fans in Japan who have recorded it off of TV have cleaner masters not masters, but cleaner audio from their VHS recordings off of TV. They're actually willing to give it to Toei. They said, hey, look, make a re-release with better audio. We'll give you the tapes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Toei said, no.
Nope.
But get this, a company in France released OG Dragon Ball on, I think, DVD or Blu-ray. Or both. Blu-ray, and they have that fan audio, so it's really nice and clean on that.
And then Toei assassinated me on their backs.
Yeah, we're not sure where that project ended up. It's kind of silent, and we're concerned.
So it's nice to see a company actually accept a fan's like hard work like this.
The other good thing too is that this is the first step. I do recommend go check out the episode on the YouTube page. Let's see, I can just drop the link here because that should load. Yeah, someone go check that. Go leave a comment on the Mainframe video and go, say if you want this released on Blu-ray or something. I left a comment and I was like, I'd love to see this on Blu-ray. Give them that market research. It's very good. Mr. Juki said, compare that with BBC historically says yes when fans offer better soundtrack recordings from missing episodes of Doctor Who. Yeah, it's a good point. They're like, yes, we'll take it, please. Blade Raider says, this is great stuff and perfect example the next time someone asks for HD Beast Wars and what a hassle it would be. Hope this happens one day, but I'll take reboot in HD. Exactly. All right, Infinite says Link works. Great. I'm glad. I love this show.
I actually left the comments saying that we'll see this on Blu-ray.
Heck yeah. I think we should just, let them know that we don't just want it on streaming, but we also would buy it on disc.
Yeah, exactly. Because you never know with streaming. I'd rather own a physical.
Yeah.
You never know. Thanks for taking it down.
Hellfire says, I believe it's about the Dragon Ball audio. Hellfire says, I'm surprised the VHS of a clean audio that it's better than what's currently available. You'd think tapes would degrade by now. So, the reason that happens is because if you recorded the broadcast of Dragon Ball on your tape from the Japanese TV broadcast, that's a first-generation tape master. Most of what Toei puts on their DVDs and what they give to licensors is like third or fourth generation tapes. So it's degraded.
I hate to heavily degrade. Look at the just look at the Sentai DVDs.
And also you can clean up an original first generation tape where you can't really clean up a second or third. Right, Kels?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Take this. Me and Soundout went to school for this.
This is true. If it says, would I review the reboot figures? Maybe one day I'll do a video on them. I need to get... Because I had them as a kid, so their parts are like all over the place. I need to get them all in like...
Those are speaking of Dragon Ball, weren't they?
Those were Irwin Toy, yeah.
The parallels keep happening.
Yep. A lot of good parallels. The other good thing about this is that they have the tapes for the entire series because the animation in Season 3, and especially in Season 4 of the show, is amazing. Especially when you consider the time it was made in. Like, they were doing, like, Pixar-level stuff in Season 4. It was incredible. And I can't wait for that to be in HD. I'm just really excited about it. Another thing. The Masters have commercial bumpers built into them, which I've never seen before. That's nice. So when I watched through the first episode, and I watched it on my 4K TV, and it looked amazing. It had the commercial bumpers, and it took me out for a moment because I was like, I've never seen these commercial bumpers before. It was just really cool. They were kind of generic commercial bumpers, like a network could like replace them with their own, but it was built into the master, and so they're there, which I think is really, really cool. Also, somebody had a lore-related question about Reboot, or a lore-related comment. Where was it? It was about the games. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, Infinite said, Soundout, according to Reboot, every time we beat a video game, we destroy part of a digital world and wipe out sprites. Incorrect. The reason why the GameCubes, if they lose the game, destroys part of mainframe and the sprites within it is because they have two viruses living in their computer system. Megabyte and Hexadecimal are super viruses. The computer's infected. So when a game comes down, it's supposed to come down and then reload when it leaves whatever area it was in. It doesn't do that because there's two viruses infecting the place. That's Reboot.
I really should get it. I need to rewatch. I need to rewatch Reboot. It's just so long.
Anytime I need
to rewatch Reboot eventually because it's been so long since I watched Reboot. I really should give it another watch to it again.
In a while.
I recommend
every time I play a really hard game, I always make that reference to Reboot. Like, what? If I lose, do you die? Why are you baiting me so hard?
Yeah. Or like when you lose really bad, you're like, I didn't realize I got a main character from Reboot that's in this game.
Exactly. Every time I always make that reference.
Yeah.
Soundout's been there for that.
Like, so the Crow says, do you think Gridman shows up in Reboot? I'm sure accidentally.
Yeah.
Let's see. TMNT Sonic fan, do you think Hasbro Hotel would release on DVD or Blu-ray because it's Prime Video? I would.
That's all up to A24.
It's all because I think A24 owns it, not Prime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, they just.
A24 is a pretty big supporter of physical media, though, so I would say it's in the realm of possibility.
There might be some stuff like time exclusive thing, but I say it will come to film eventually.
Master Race is according to Reboot, all games are evil. Well, from the character's perspectives, where if they lose, they die. Yeah, I would say all games are evil.
Here comes the psychopath killing every NPC.
They're always like, the user sucks. Especially at the end of Season 3, they're just like, this guy, why does he keep doing this to us?
Just imagine this being like this in the world. You have someone playing Link throwing pots everywhere, cutting grass, and going, ha.
Yes, exactly. 94 Coon says, I'm guessing that Reboot is very similar to both Gridman and Digimon, and also Tron. They all live in a world where this isn't quite how technology works, but it's really fun to think it is that way.
Yeah.
And I love all of them. I really do. It's my subgenre.
What do you think is like the point of view of fighting NPC, like a NPC of a fighting game when you see characters do infinite? Are you like you just look at him going, "What's happening to that man's body? He's like contorting everything in the same motion." The other guy.
Season 3, episode 4 of Reboot answers that question. And it's one of the most. It's the most important episode of the entire show. And they actually go into it. They have a fighting game that's like a Mortal Kombat parody.
Yep.
And there's this scene where Enzo's just like watching a guy's head explode, and he's just like, ah.
Was that the one with the not Goku?
No, that was later. That was in season 4. That was when they did a Pokemon Dragon Ball Z hybrid.
Pokemon track. Yep. I remember that.
There's also that one where they do the Austin Powers parody where they execute him. Like they put Austin Powers down on his knees and shoot him in the head. I love this show so much.
Man, that's straight out of Fallout. What the heck?
I know. Their Sentai episode in season 2 is also great. Good stuff. Good stuff.
We don't talk about Netflix series.
Yeah, that never happened. Smith the Crow says, "I do know the Money for Nothing music video takes place in the Reboot universe." Yeah, same animation studio, same creative team. They put those guys, the two characters from that music video, in the show during the talent contest episode. Let's see. Do you think Cyber Chase is in the same universe as Reboot? I mean, probably not the same universe, but computer systems.
I'm old. Oh god, hearing Cyber Chase. Oh god, I'm old. I remember watching that.
You're not old yet, Ryan. You're still the youngest one here.
I know.
Blade Raider says, "Imagine the reboot, the Reboot Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad crossover with Megabyte and Kilocon." Yeah, that'd be. I don't know. Has Tony J and Tim Curry ever been in the same thing together? Because I mean, it can't happen now. They had to at some point, right? They were in every villain. They were every villain role of the '90s.
Let me check. I think I know a show that might have them both as the villains.
K-Master says, "Which Dragon Ball fight do you think is underrated?" The one where 18 breaks Vegeta's arm and calls him a bitch.
Yes, they were. Disney's Mighty Ducks cartoon.
That's like the third time I've heard trivia from Mighty Ducks this year for a very specific thing I wanted.
Yeah, Tim Curry was the main villain, and Tony J was his like old wizard pal. Yep. Pal.
Robot. 1 minute is about DBZ, and the next is Reboot. Welcome to these streams.
and they were both voiced by Ocean.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Hellfire says, "I just remembered Mainframe did a Hot Wheels movie and reused the Megatron T-Rex model as a set piece." Yes, they did. And that's not the only time that happened. There is like if you watch Reboot and Beast Wars and some of the other stuff Mainframe's done, you will start to see like similar things used. When we were talking about the Beast Wars soundtrack, people were like, "Where's this track?" And I'm like, "Probably check the Reboot soundtrack."
I'm curious if the new Spider-Man series has any reused models from either Reboot or Beast Wars in that series.
I think it does. I think it reuses something from Reboot. I don't remember exactly.
Because that show has a cel-shaded art style, so it makes me curious if they did or not.
Yeah, because they would take models they had, like the T-Rex. Like, why model a new T-Rex? Just use the Megatron one, right? It made sense because CG animation was stupid expensive when it started. It's still expensive, but it was stupid expensive back then. That's why Beast Wars has like 10 characters.
Yep. And the only reason you Tigatron is this because all they need to do is modify a Cheetor model.
Yeah, because it was originally going to be K9, and then they made Tigatron instead because
they went. Oops, no money.
Yep. There's also the last thing I'll say on Mainframe before we move on is with Beast Wars. There's a reason why not everybody got Transmetal forms. They're like, who's the most popular?
No, the best part is like, we need to make new characters, but we already have too many characters. Time to kill off the Pterosaur.
Yep. Pterosaur and Scorponok died because of budget. Just so they could introduce the Fusors. Silverbolt and Quickstrike wouldn't have been in it if they didn't kill them off.
Just like the real world.
They got rid of Tigertron and Air Razor so they could have Rampage and Depth Charge. Legitimately, that's how the show worked. Welcome, AR.
My favorite story is forever going to be Tigerhawk, why he died.
Hasbro, we're not sure if we're actually going to release this toy. All right, kill him. We released it. What?
What? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wait, and then Beast Machines. What do you mean? What do you mean we made? Why do you mean you changed the toy designs? We already finished the first season.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad they didn't use the toy designs for Beast Machines, though.
They were
I think the ones in the
hideous.
show are much better.
They were hideous.
Last thing about Reboot, Infinite said, imagine Super 7 Reboot figures. I would buy them all, because as much as Irwin Toy covered, they never made Mouse, and that is a crime, because she's like my favorite. I know she's basically just like a knockoff of Rogue, but like I don't care, she's cool.
Did they ever do the season 3 on? Wait, when's the time skip ends of stuff? Was that season 3 onwards?
Season 3. They did. They did
okay.
It was interesting because the Irwin Toys. God, here I go on a tangent. But the Irwin toy line for season 1 and 2 is very gimmick focused and action feature based, and then they came back because it was so many years later they did season 3. The season 3 toy line are built like old McFarlane figures, where they're like insanely intricately like detailed and painted, but they have like less articulation and no action features. But they're like beautiful, but incredibly fragile because I have a dot that exploded on me and I had to get another one, which is really hard to do. And the last wave of those was really hard to get. That had like ray tracer and oh god, I still love that.
I still love. What was the two Scott McNeil, Cubot Orbot equivalents?
Hack and
Dumbos.
Slash.
I still love the original toys of them. This explode. That's their action feature.
That's one of the reasons I can't do a video on them now, because I'm missing an arm for Hack and I'm missing the head of Slash. Yeah.
Combine them both.
Yeah, I could combine. They're interchangeable. It's just funny because like you get so many of these names in the show are like computer like terms and stuff. Like Ray Tracer's the funny one, because anytime like when the PS5 Pro got announced, like look at the improved ray tracing. I'm like, I don't see a blue man on a surfboard, okay?
My favorites too are the main character, just Bob.
It's because he's a BIOS operation binome or something like that.
Yeah, but it's just a normal name compared to everything else.
Yeah, no, all the Guardians have like just normal names. Anyways, Hexadecimal's still the best character ever made. All right, moving on. So, Dragon Ball Daima finally has confirmation of simulcast.
Back to Dragon Ball.
Finally.
Back to Dragon Ball. I'm sorry, guys. I promise there's other topics besides Reboot and Dragon Ball. We just haven't gotten there yet. Okay. All right. Dragon Ball Daima will be confirmed simulcasting on Crunchyroll October 11th, Japanese English subtitles, and it'll be available with Japanese with English, Spanish, and Portuguese subtitles. Thank you for remembering where Dragon Ball is popular. And it'll be available in North America, Central America, South America, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Indian subcontinent, and Southeast Asia.
An English dub, I think, is coming.
Geekdom just said, screw it. They're not announcing the English dub. I will. And Geekdom's usually pretty right.
I mean, I know. You guys hear about the controversies with Geekdom? I don't want to. He thinks it's been very iffy right now with him.
He's usually pretty right. He says there's a dub coming shortly after. It's not going to be like on the same day.
Yeah.
I believe that is the case because, like we talked about, there's Daima characters in Sparking Zero. They have already dubbed this show, in my eyes, because they have to have them for the game.
It's also
Blade Raider said DBZ and Reboot shared a cast. Yes, I forgot that.
It's just also be careful with going to Geekdom. You don't want Geekdom's channel because I think he leaks stuff from Daima. Apparently,
yes,
I haven't checked.
He is. The problem with Dragon Ball is to get info that's not from the official sources. You're playing a hot potato with leaks and getting spoiled. So
I know people getting. I know a lot of people are getting really mad about it. So
I had to dig into some of the spoilers to just get confirmation of where this takes place in the timeline, so that way I know where my viewing guide lies.
Well, now I was right about the.
You were totally right. 100% right. It takes place after Boo, before Super.
Cool.
Because the trailer has the evidence, like we talked about. Because Kaus mentioned Goten and Trunks are babies, so they can't be the older versions from the Into Superhero.
And specifically, and Bulma specifically has her Boo hair.
The Boo hair.
And the most important part, Kaus, tell him about the Demon King.
Dabura died, and the whole thing's about the Demon World Civil War over who's the next. He left a power vacuum.
Yep.
So it has to be right after Boo.
Makes you well. Again, I blind about spoilers, so thank God. But I'm really curious if they're gonna bring in Toa from the expanding universe stuff. I would like that personally.
That'd be cool.
I'd love to see her. I hope.
Because Toa's like, because if they made 21 or at least Vomi canon with Super, I would like to see Toa be canon, even if she's not like the time breaker stuff. I just like to see acknowledgement.
Yeah,
with the
exactly. A
expanded
nod,
Yeah.
right? A nod.
Yeah.
To it, yeah.
That'd be pretty rad. But we do know the series is going to run for 20 episodes, and yeah, at least
How long are each episode?
I think the first
22
one's
minutes.
40 minutes, and then the rest are 22.
22,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the first one's 40 though. Anyways, so that's going to be, at least we got confirmation of the simulcast for the Japanese. Hopefully they confirm the dub soon. They love their slow drip rollouts. It's like Disney announcing theme park news. I'm like, just stop being coy and just tell us already. Good lord. It's not fun. Anyways, what also is not fun is the Capcom Europe Twitter account tweeted that the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection in Europe, specifically in Europe, the physical editions will be PS4 disc in box and Switch code in box. Welcome back, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on PS3.
3. So it's so weird because again, specifically Europe so far, so we don't know America's like that. I really hope they just confirm it already because it's it makes me go like, do I need it? Get the
According
PS4
to the
double
Amazon
full?
pages, the Switch does come with a cart because it doesn't mention a code thing. But I would like
I just
Capcom
want
to just
I just
say
want a
it.
full, yeah, because it makes me go like, I don't want to fully double dip with getting two because I have a digital PS for PlayStation, so I'd rather not get a physical PlayStation also scenario.
Code in box is dumb and false advertising, and they need to stop doing
Especially,
that. So.
it's just a collection of like the games are not that big.
Apparently, this is becoming an issue with Switch games in Europe. There's some like cost issue I think going on. I don't know
Really?
for sure, but also of note, Switch carts are region free. So if you're in Europe and you want a physical Switch cart, you're gonna have to import, which sucks because that means it's gonna cost more for you. But at least it's not like it's no physical
lock.
Yeah, at least you're not region locked. You can still like import one, and may the exchange rates be kind. All right, entertainment news. This is a two-parter. I don't have like an official like. Actually, I guess I could pull up the Wikipedia page. There's two shows debuting this week on streaming that are in our circles. Marvel's Agatha All Along, the Agatha Harkness spinoff of WandaVision. They released the schedule for the episodes, being that on September 18th, which is this Wednesday, episodes 1 and 2 will drop at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And then episodes 3 through 7 will air weekly, and then episodes 8 and 9, the last two, will air October 30th, right before Halloween, which fits because it's a show about witches and magic and spooky stuff. So, pretty cool. I'm going to pull up the Penguin schedule, which I'm just going to pull off Wikipedia. Trust me, I verified this. It's not just Wikipedia. It's just there's no easy graphic. So, on the flip side, DC's show, The Penguin, the spinoff from the Batman, the 2023 movie. Was it 2023 or 2022 at this point?
2023.
Robert Pattinson Batman movie. Spinoff The Penguin starring Colin Farrell. It was going to be 8 episodes. It's going to be weird because they're airing episode 1 on September 19th, which is this Thursday. And then the next episode doesn't air till September 29th because it's not going to air Thursdays. It's going to air on Sundays in the HBO Sunday slot. That's what, the slot where they throw dramas in and try to see if they can warm the seat until Game of Thrones comes back. So it's airing there. So essentially, this is going to air on the 19th on HBO Max, and then it'll air again on the 22nd. Then episode 2 will air on the 29th, etc. It'll continue airing until November 10th. I just think it's weird. They should have just aired it on Sunday. I don't know why you're airing one episode several days early and then not airing it like that for the rest of the season, because that's just going to be confusing for people that don't know about this. So if you're watching Penguin, just to let you know, there's a 10-day gap between episodes, which sucks because that kills a lot of momentum. But that's the world of shows. I just wanted to do some PSA work because I was confused, and so maybe other people would be too. Yeah. You guys got any thoughts on that? Do you think they should? I feel like they should have just aired Penguin on Sundays and just been a Sunday show.
Yeah, I mean, like it's so weird because like stuff like the Adult Swim stuff, like My Imaginary Man or Smiling Friends, they just aired the day after. Why can't they just do it here?
Yeah, exactly. I get it being the Sunday show for HBO, but I mean it was made as an HBO Max show. I don't know if it has the HBO prestige or whatever, but it's just weird.
Look from the trailers, the series does look nice, but still, it's just odd.
It's just it's very odd.
I've seen this happen before, but it just never makes sense.
And it never benefits the show either. It always hurts it, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
People then get confused. I know that's happened to me a lot.
I mean, it's so weird because
When they
doesn't
do
CW do the same thing where it's like
Next
one
day.
day after is next day.
Next day on the app. They were one of the first to actually do that. It was nice.
That's how I watch. That's how I watch season 3 of season 4 of Superman and Lois.
Yeah, that's how I watched all the CW shows back in the day. I just watched them on the app the next day. So, and also the other thing is that I think the Agatha schedule is perfect. Give you 2 to start just to get you into the series, and then the last 2 to be done right before Halloween. I think is a good idea. So, and they've done that with some of the other shows. I know, like with Star Wars: The Bad Batch, anytime there was a 2-parter, they'd air the 2-parter on the same day. So
did they make sure Hawkeye aired its finale near Christmas?
It did, yeah. I think it did. It was like 2 weeks before Christmas, but it was before Christmas.
Yeah.
All right. Blu-ray news. Okay, so we got a thread from Discotek. They announced their November releases, as well as their one December release. So let's get to it. First thing is first, releasing December 17th, Digimon the Movies Collection.
We have a date. We have a date.
17th. The list price is $30.
What's wrong with it? That's not bad.
It's on sale. If you order it right now, it's on sale for like 20.
It's 24 on Crunchyroll right now.
Golly.
Yeah.
Cheap.
This includes Digimon Adventure, the original film in Japanese with English subtitles, as well as a brand new English dub. Digimon Adventure Our War Game, Japanese English subtitles plus a brand new English dub. Hurricane Touchdown, Japanese English subtitles, brand new English dub. Digimon the Movie, the compilation of all 3, in 5.1 audio as well. And bonus features yet to be revealed.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't see that
$30.
part. Okay.
And they're not even forcing Angela Anaconda on you, so it's even better of a deal.
That makes that makes it a 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. It needs to be the complete package, damn it.
It would have been an 11 out of 10 with Angela, but it's only a 10 out of 10. $30 though is pretty incredible, all things considered.
Especially all the hard work. The hard work team put into this.
Infinite says, "Soundout, it's a shame no one remembers the Digimon Frontier movie." Well, call me no one. I remember it. So Falcon's Tech brought up a good point, and it's kind of like it's the same thing. The only complaint I have as well. He said the cover art not great. Yeah, I think the problem with the cover art is
Toei. I think that's probably
Toei because these are the 3 Japanese posters without their text. Also, I don't know how you do it without drawing a new cover, and from what we've seen, they're not allowed to do that for Digimon. They got permission to draw a new cover for Eiko, right?
Yep.
But do they have permission to draw official Digimon art? Probably not, because if they could have drawn like a collage with all 3 movies included. Or like a redraw of the original Digimon the movie poster, but it's actually accurate.
Good. Yeah. Like the only way you could do it is commission Toei, but that's probably expensive, and Toei probably would not say. They probably would say no.
No, Toei would be like, Toei upscaled that one artwork of Davis and Vemon from one of their old Japanese DVDs. That's about as far as Toei is willing to go. That being said, the fact this is called Movie Collection 1 gives me a lot of hope that there's going to be a Movie Collection 2.
Yeah, I think the problem is there's and sadly there's no like other Japanese artwork you can do because there's no most of the artwork for like that's a collage of multiple series is like for the series themselves, not for the movie specifically.
Yeah, and even in Japan when they released the movies on DVD, they were in 2-packs, and it was just the poster cropped side by side. These at least give you like a better look at the artwork. I'm very excited for this. Very, very, very excited for this. Moving on. The next set announced. This is a November 23rd release, Kamen Rider V3, my favorite Kamen Rider of all time. As you know, this was 2 things back to back, enough to make me go, oh my god, I don't even care that I'm broke now because of these.
You can finally retire the
I can sort of retire the Generation Kikaider DVD. They did confirm they were unable to license any of the bonus features from the Generation Kikaider set. However, they did create brand new bonus features for the set.
Oh,
So
okay.
at least they're giving you something in exchange.
Yep.
That's good at least.
You're not walking away empty-handed. That's
Exactly. You still get a bunch of bonus features. It just won't be the same ones that Generation Key had. They may be own licensing. Maybe Generation Key Cutters like we own these. So I'm glad to will own both releases, but very excited for this. Let's see, Mutagi. Yeah, I didn't buy V3's belt because I used faux leather, and that's going to degrade in my environment. I'm in a desert.
And it's hope you're not allergic to it, or else you wear that, you're gonna break up in hives.
Exactly. I'm in a desert, and it's like a $400 belt. That was not a risk I wanted to take. All right.
You open it, it just like a pack of dust, like
Oh, God.
you open it.
Oh God, I had that happen to a toy one time. It was this Gundam fixed figuration figure. I opened it and I could just the dust popped and I realized all the joints were dead.
Oh no!
Yeah, I picked up the torso and nothing else came with it. Yes, Jeremy Carr, November for V3. Everything else in this that we're talking about is November 23rd. Digimon's the only December thing they announced so far. Giant Gorg, also November.
Yes.
Sergeant Frog seasons 5, 6, and 7. That's the last 153 episodes of that show on SD Blu-ray. Groizer X. That's a cover. That's a cover for sure.
Look at that. Look how dopey he looks. I love him.
It's awesome. Electric Dragon 80,000 volts, which is one of their crazy movies.
Yeah, the live. Yep.
Yep. Humanoid Monster Bem, the animated film. Which is pretty cool. Dororo.
Which Bem? Oh, okay.
Bem, I don't know. It's weird because I always say it looks familiar, but then I'm like, I just feel like Toei like ripped off these designs. Like this guy in the trench coat looks like King Zarkon from Voltron or Go Lion.
There's Bem, and then there was that live action movie that was a horror
about restoring Bem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Discotek already licensed that one. I think this is like them going, and now we did the real thing.
And now the actual show.
Every time I look at this cover, all I want to hear is the original Toei version of the Devilman game.
That's a show, not a movie.
I just see it. I just hear like bum 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 bum. Like I don't know why. It gets out.
You're right. I don't know why. Oh, I was thinking of the horror movie. Brain went with this. Smith the Crow said Groizer X, formerly Twitter. Blade Raider said I miss Right Stuff. They would let me prepay for pre-orders with PayPal I'm paying for. Yep, I miss that. I miss the actual customer service where you can call somebody on the phone. I miss them not double charging me for an order.
That was annoying.
Yep. Not only were the Gundam Witch from Mercury Blu-rays overpriced for what they are, I had pending charges in a double amount for days.
Ridiculous.
Good old crunchy stuff.
Live action Dororo movie.
Yeah.
And
I need to see that.
MXC Extreme. What is this? Most Extreme Elimination Challenge Set 1.
The Murica version of Detective Castle.
Castle, yeah. Don't get eliminated.
So that's the November releases plus Digimon in December. Because I know the chat gravitates a lot towards the Tokyo stuff like I do. What was the price on V3? V3 is $80 list price, currently available for $60. So it is a little bit more than the Metal Heroes, probably because it's Kamen Rider. This is Toei we're talking about. Also, it's 52 episodes. But it does come with bonus features. Tax. It does come with bonus features, which is nice. All right.
Is that the geek set? Is that the geek set?
Galaxy Quest is finally coming to 4K for the 25th anniversary.
Yes.
We've been.
Is this the one with Tim Allen?
Yes.
Is this the one with Tim Allen?
And Sigourney Weaver and Alan Rickman, yes.
And yes. It's the greatest Star Trek movie ever.
It is. I was at a Star Trek convention in Vegas, and all the people down here in the bottom right, these three people, they were there and they were doing like a reunion thing. It was really fun.
Otherwise, it's like now I see this because Tim Allen's in it. All I can think is that wonderful edit video of Tim. Well, I think it was like Gundam Tim's counterattack or something like that. Yeah. You guys ever seen that video?
Yeah. Yes.
Never give up, never surrender.
Never surrender. Exactly.
Now, yet to be seen if this will contain the theatrical version with Sigourney Weaver's F-bomb or the edited version that appeared on all home releases.
By Grabdar's Hammer, what a savings.
God, this movie's great. Oh yeah, Blade Raider said having the V3 DVD is how much? $150. Yeah, $60 for V3 is an amazing deal.
Did Starship Troopers ever get a 4K release?
I think it did. Oh, there's also a steelbook for this, but much like a lot of the Paramount steelbooks lately, it's kind of lame. It's not the impact. I like the front. I like the regular cover. This is out this fall. All right, next up, Terminator 4K.
Is this actually going to be good?
Yeah, that's the biggest gamble right now.
We'll see.
It's the first movie, yeah.
Knowing James Cameron, I would not pre-order this. That's my official stance. 4K restoration, Dolby Vision HDR, Atmos track, and some bonus features.
Did you guys like Terminator 0? Did you like Terminator 1? Because
this is you like Terminator 0, it's Terminator 1. I wish Transformers 1 was Transformers 0. It kind of works better. Anyways, it's coming out. We got official confirmation. It is coming out November 5th. So let's see what happens. We shall see.
Is Zero doing Salvation? Because I haven't yet to see that series.
Zero is actually, if I tell you the timeline is Zero, that's a spoiler.
Oh, spoilers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then okay.
I really love Terminator Zero, guys. It was great.
All I've been watching is Kinnikuman on Netflix.
Heck yeah!
I need to catch up. I need to catch up of it. I need to catch up on Perfect World Dark.
Just caught up on Kinnikuman.
Nice.
Once that pre-order open, when Big Bad has that pre-order open, I'm getting that figure art.
Guys, stop asking questions about the Terminator timeline before I end up making a Terminator viewing guide.
Oh boy!
What's too late now?
I've only watched the first two movies, Salvation and Zero, guys. I haven't watched that much Terminator. It would take me hours to figure it all out, I'm sure.
I suppose you haven't seen the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I heard it was good, but it didn't. The problem, people are like, oh, if you didn't watch Sarah Connor Chronicles, you're part of the problem. Like, I didn't know it existed until it was canceled. Messy franchise. But, oh god, comics and books. I already know the comics are messy. All right, Crunchyroll announced their December 2024 home video lineup. It's nice to see Crunchyroll back up and actually doing things every month with their library. Mm-hmm. So first things first, to me, the one you loved plus to every you I loved before. I'm assuming these are sequels to each other.
Yes, these are movies. Yes. They did those.
Who did these?
I think it looks like the same you did Your May, but I don't want to say yes on that one.
I'll look it up. To me, the one who loved you.
Yeah, so 2 movies, and you get so many riveting bonus features like trailers.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
The good old basics.
Here's a question. I'm going to pull these up on Crunchyroll. It's $30, so same price as Digimon. Trailers, but you do get just Japanese audio with English subtitles. 1080p native HD. One movie is 102 minutes, the other is 98 minutes.
Okay, that's hilarious. So I was making sure if this was Makoto Shinkai or not. It's not.
Oh, who is it?
But he did the light novel for Valvrave.
Oh my god. Wow.
Random.
That is random. Attack on Titan is getting a Steelbook re-release, so it comes with actual bonus features because that was all Funimation stuff.
For season 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, 1, 2, and 3. Not the final season. Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Part 7. Part 1. Part 1. Part 2. Or whatever they're doing. Every time I see and now the next part of Attack on Titan, it's like the final season, final chapter, part 2, and I'm like, just end it. They're stretching the word season. Darling in the Franxx is a re-release, right? It is a re-release, yes. A complete series comes with episode audio and video commentaries, pre-broadcast special, playback specials 1 and 2, Texas opening, endings, and web previews.
Oh boy! I'm happy. I'm happy this one got released in that Gridman universe. Thanks, Crunchy.
This has got English and Japanese audio.
Oh yeah, because it got
what's going on?
Frieren Beyond Journey's End Part 1 is coming to Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Why?
I just want the Blu-ray of this series. Crunchy.
Well, I'm glad
Why?
we're on free right now, because when you're on the other one, my brain just defaults to
You
white
know,
noise.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite animes. This is
This
one of my
comes
favorite
with
animes
English and
mangas.
Japanese. It's 16 episodes.
I still haven't seen Free Run, even though everybody tells me
It's
it's great.
It's fantastic. It's a magical series. It's such a
Texas opening, ending, special broadcast ending, web previews and promo videos. Actual bonus features. It's actually something.
Oh yeah, that's actually nice. That has the web previews because those the web preview. Actually, no wait. The pro because I know the series had like little chibi shorts online, so I'm not sure that's like
probably
the
what those
promo
are.
videos or not. I hope so because those never got officially subbed. So I hope those are get officially subbed with this set.
It's weird though. I think killing Funimation would have killed the combo pack. Not even big studios are doing combo packs anymore unless you're buying.
Well, it's so weird. It's so weird that specifically Beerin that because the other ones are only Blu-ray. I don't know why freeing us the Blu-ray plus DVD. I know it's a big series, but like most fans of the series, me, just wants the Blu-ray.
Yeah. Next up, Sound Euphonium Season 1. Texas opening ending mini any episodes, episode 14, which is an OVA and promo videos. I would assume this is a 13 episode show then.
Yes. Oh, and when this came out, I just want to make sure.
13 episodes.
So this came out. So this came out 2015.
Good lord. 13 episodes, $53.
I was Keon Annie. Did this series.
And it's got English and Japanese audio.
Oh, it actually got. Don't remember if this English dub is new for this or got. Actually, let me just double check. I'm on my usual sites for that stuff.
I imagine it probably got dubbed because it was a while ago. Smith the Crow said this was previously released by Pony Canyon USA.
No, the English dub is new. Oh, the English dub is new. Because I'm
new?
looking, I don't. Yeah, the English it has. Yeah,
Smith the Crow is the English dub new. You seem to know something about the show. Ace, is the sale price higher than the list price? Let me check that. Oh no, the list price is 70. The sale price is 53. Is that the same for Fearin as well? And so yeah, 70, and then the price is 53. You get more episodes of Fearin than Sound Euphonium. Smith the Crow says, from what I'm hearing, yes to new dub. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it has to be a new recorded dub. That's nice. That's nice to see. Crunchy don't do the Crunchy barely do those now.
Yeah. The Kingdoms of Ruin complete series or complete season. That's not how that works. Anyways, Texas openings, endings, trailers. Let's find out how long this show is. I love how Crunchy put these up and then just didn't bother to upload the images to their own website. 12 episodes. English and Japanese. I have no idea what this show is. I'm totally honest.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one, so I can't comment.
Dr. Stone Season 3 Part 2, Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. I guess when they do these volumes, I think when they do complete seasons, they're like no DVDs, but when they do these volumes, they're doing DVDs, I guess.
That makes it, yeah, so I think, because I would like to get Fearin on home video, because I really like that series a lot, but I'll just wait for the complete series.
Dr. Stone,
Smith the Crow says complete season is basically their way of future-proofing. They've been doing this since 2021. I guess it makes sense. Like, some of those shows take years to get a second season, so if you're like, the complete season, the next set can be the complete season 2. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This comes with a special episode of promo video and opening endings.
I need to watch I need to see the rest of Dr. Stone.
Have you been watching Dr. Stone, Jerry?
I've read the entire manga, but I'm not caught up on the anime.
Oh,
so I don't know where they are.
I was the man because good, bad.
It's okay. It's okay. But then, like when it was ending, you could tell he had a rush, which kind of makes the ending like, oh man.
No, it's one of those cases where hopefully the anime gets 6x. I know some.
Yeah, I hope.
I mean, Bleach just says hello, because I've been I have all the shonen stuff of the mid 2010s. I haven't seen. Dr. Stone's the one I didn't see. So I mean to catch up.
There's a lot of cool stuff in it. It's just like
I like the premise. I really liking the first couple episodes I've seen of it. So I need to
Jeremy Carr even says the anime is better than the manga. Yeah, because the manga had to be rushed.
I'll probably stick with the anime then at that point.
Cool. And then lastly, we have a Tokyo Ghoul Complete Series 10th Anniversary box set. This will contain Tokyo Ghoul, I forgot what Alpha and Tokyo Ghoul. I forgot. I watched this whole show.
About anime. We talk about 2010 animes. I never got into Tokyo Ghoul. I remember like high school. A lot of my friends during high school were obsessed with this series. That and Black Butler.
Yeah,
but I never got into
I
the
watched
series.
this during like college when everybody was obsessed with it.
You know what I gotta say about this? Hey, look,
How much?
the soundtrack comes with a free anime.
Oh my god, yes, it's so true. I have music downloaded. I actually own a Funko Pop of the main character, but like I don't own it on disc. I don't. But for $90 to get this all is not bad. Also, the packaging is amazing. Because look, see, first of all, you have the chip barred slip box, but the individual cases inside have a connecting spine art image of Kaneki.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
and then it has their logo. So you have Tokyo Ghoul Alpha, and then Tokyo Ghoul RE. Yeah, there's that, and then they also have the back cover. So like each cover art is specific to each series, right? But then the spines all connect, and then the discs have it looks like each volume has its own. So this looks pretty nice. The interesting part is it does say it includes the Jack and Pinto OVAs. I don't know what those are, and I think that might actually be new for this. Kind of like how the Yu Yu Hakusho set had OVAs that weren't in the season sets.
I know. Jakks Jazzwares is releasing the main character in their Total Anime line. Maybe that was it's like maybe that was maybe that's the purpose of the figure. Release alongside this.
I imagine the discs themselves outside the Crunchyroll logo replacing the Funimation logo will be the same as the Funimation releases, which it should be because those were good releases. So, and that was our Blu-ray news. Let's get on to comic books before we tangent too much. Oh wait, we're going to comic books.
Oh Lord.
Gals already know.
I'm gonna initiate white noise mode right now.
Half of the news is X-Men too, so don't let me tangent too much. It'll happen.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, shoot. Oh, I gotta pay attention.
You gotta be like, all right, stop complaining about this one comic that exists. There's one comic on this list I just wish never existed. And then there's one thing I've waited like my whole life for. I'm so excited. All right, let's get to it. Click. Comic books, guys. Brought to you by pretty much just Marvel. See you later, Spitzer. See you when you come back after comics. All right, here we go. Time Slide is this year's time-related one-shot from Marvel. We've had Timeless for a couple years in a row. It's always confusing because it's the same exact title. But Time Slide is a Bishop and Cable team-up, and I'm all here for it.
Hey,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
This is clearly the case of X-Men 97 was popular with these two. Let's make a whole comic about
because the last two Timeless one-shots have been about Kang, and I think they were just like, what was the Homer Simpson with the lambs? And it's just like Cable and Bishop, and then it's just like Kang, and they're just like, no, not you.
They go back to They were my dad's favorite X-Men, actually. Bishop was specifically my dad's favorite.
Bishop's so cool.
Bishop's amazing. Man. We do not use Bishop enough. Mr. Tiki says, I heard NYX is bad for Laura again, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I will say wait and see. I am in hot water with that book right now because I like the creators on other stuff, but I am not super vibing with NYX, but I'm trying to stick with it because of the kind of writers that have like big picture like writing format. Like usually when I get to the 10th issue, I'm like, oh, I get it. Because they're amazing on Star Trek. Star Trek, they hit it out of the gate. But with Guardians of the Galaxy, with Outsiders, with there's one other I'm forgetting that I read from them.
Didn't that team
Captain America.
Didn't that team do the last Guardians book, right?
Yes. And that Guardians book I didn't like until the final issue. I liked the first issue, then I hated it, and then the final issue made me like the whole run. They're very big picture type writers. So I'm kind of trying to stick with NYX to see where it's going, but the first issue, which was Miss Marvel focused, pissed me off. The second issue, which was Laura focused, kind of pissed me off. The third issue is going to focus on somebody else, and maybe that'll get me back on board. But if it's going to keep pissing me off, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it. I like their writing style in a lot of ways, but they're pushing... They always push boundaries, but sometimes you push a little too hard, and it just doesn't work for me. So, more to come. I guess I'll update you guys on NYX next time someone asks, but that's kind of where I'm at the moment. All right. Time Slide, coming out December, written by Steve Fox, art by Ivan Fiorelli, cover by Cale Nagu. I'm excited. I will pick this up. I usually just wait for the
art by Ivan Ooze, and I was like, wait, what?
Ivan Ooze, our artist. I usually wait for these one-shots to hit like Marvel Unlimited or something, but I'm actually going to pick this one up because Bishop. Oh yeah, Cable's also there. All right, next up, Magic is getting an ongoing.
Woo!
Finally. With this awful
this the
J.
first
Scott Campbell
ongoing?
cover. Let's get a better cover here. I don't like J. Scott
Is
Campbell's art. No offense to anybody that does.
Oh.
It's just not my thing.
He's
Is
been
this the
around.
first
That's
time
probably
she
why.
got?
Yeah.
Is
Been
this the
around
first time
for a
she
while.
got a solo book? Because I feel like she
This is
had.
her first
she
solo
had-
book ever.
Oh wow! I
Yep.
thought you think how popular the character she would have got.
I mean, Realm of X was basically a Magic solo book because everybody else didn't do anything cool, but still, this is the first time she's had a solo titled book.
That's great.
The book itself is going to be written by Ashley Allen, art by Herman Peralta. These main covers by J. Scott Campbell, and the foil variant covers by D.K. Duran. And here is some concept art for her new Dark Child form by Herman Peralta, and it looks
so
amazing.
Cool.
I'm in. Now, I don't know if I'm in monthly, but I might be in on trades, just because I have too many monthly books.
X-Men, especially X-Men.
Yeah, especially X-Men. But exciting, good stuff. The other thing, yeah. So I will talk about this. J. Scott Campbell's art for me. It's not. Most times people complain about J. Scott Campbell's art. It's like the women have no organs. My issue is every woman has the same exact body and the same exact
Just sexy
face.
female.
They have.
Just
That's my
sexy
problem
female.
with it. Is that it just looks.
It's not. It's yeah, exactly.
That doesn't look like magic to me. It looks like Mary Jane in a wig.
Yeah, that's something I think of all the time when I was like, let me think of different body types.
Exactly. It's
I
the
know,
same thing.
right?
Brett Booth. I like Brett Booth's art on Gunslinger Spawn because most of the cast have their faces covered, so you don't notice that everybody has the same face. No offense to Brett Booth, but he kind of draws people like I can see. I know when his artwork is because I see somebody's face and I'm like that. He has like one face for every expression. Yeah. No, but anyways, J. Scott Campbell. I just don't usually like his covers, but there you go. Moving on.
Like, yeah.
Someone made a book for me again. Hell Hunters, starring Ghost Rider of the 1940s, Wolverine, the Winter Soldier, Peggy Carter, and a couple random soldier guys.
I already told you a Ghost Rider already.
Exactly.
So.
I know.
And Logan. It's the your two kids you never shut up about.
I know, right? This Ghost Rider specifically is Ghost Rider 44, who debuted in Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk run. I actually read the 3 issues that Ghost Rider appeared in. It was cool. It was like, here's the Ghost Rider of World War II, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And so this book's going to expand on that. This is a 5-issue miniseries. It is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, art by Adam Gorham, and then the cover here is by Jonas Schroff, and there's a variant cover by Taran Clark. Here's the Taran Clark cover. It is a team book, but the whole thing is about how Ghost Rider 44 kills Nazis, so I'm all in.
It's sold.
This is going to be another one of those Ghost Rider-related books where I buy them in singles and then buy the trade.
It's Ghost Rider.
It's Ghost Rider. It's 5 issues. I'm excited. Yeah, it's... Oh, Wolverine, Nick Fury, Peggy Carter, Bucky Barnes, and Soldier Supreme. I don't really remember who Soldier Supreme is, but I think he's cool, I guess. It said it was from Jason Aaron's Adventures, but I like to black out that run in my brain, so...
Oh boy.
Falcons texted World War II Legends figures win. Box set of this win. Just make this. Just give me them
Just
all.
make it not a toy. Just make it not a toy.
Exactly. All right.
dear.
Now to complain. Why the hell are we
monitor
taking Rogue back to the Savage Land? So, for context, this is a flashback miniseries, which they do frequently. Sometimes they'll fill in gaps in time. And Nascenti wrote this great Storm miniseries about the time where Storm didn't have her powers, or just got her powers back, but she was still in her punk rock phase and stuff, or I forget exactly where it takes place. But it was nice. There was a Larry Hama Wolverine throwback. Chris Claremont expanded. Chris Claremont expanded on Gambit's initial debut, where he was dealing with Storm that was turned into a child. Rogue in the Savage Land is not like a nice time for the character that we need to return to. So I don't know why we're doing this.
I mean, I saw someone make a good point. I blamed him. I blamed Mio for this.
Here's how I'll make this easy for you, Sound.
Yes.
Think of 10 bullet points real quick.
Yes.
To see if that you could do it and then knock it out.
10 bullet points of why not to do this?
Oh, yeah.
10 bullet points of why they shouldn't make this comic, right?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So first of all, a lot of these comics slip into periods of time. So, for example, the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider comic fits between issues of Howard Mackey's Ghost Rider run, and it was Howard Mackey writing it. They specifically tell you where the Gambit and Storm miniseries takes place, that kind of thing. They're usually between 2 issues, or they're a follow-up to something. The new Fantastic Four is a follow-up to a 2-issue arc. This was a 1-issue thing, as far as I know. Number 2.
Now,
Well,
I got 10 things to go through, right?
yeah,
I know, but the way you said reminds me of the really horrible Ben Reilly Spider-Man book from 2022, and the
Yep.
symbiote Spider-Man book they released in 2021, where it's like,
Yes.
what year? What is this supposed to take place? Scenario.
I like when they do these throwbacks. Most of the time, it's because Chris Claremont remembers his X-Men continuity and can write more stories, and I like that. But sometimes you get books like this, where I'm like, why are we doing this? And the Spider-Man ones. Or there's like a really... Silver Surfer Rebirth, weird, because I don't know when it takes place, but they made like a whole 3 miniseries of that, so at least it's like its own thing now.
That one I didn't matter because the writing was good for that book.
Exactly. All right, so number 2, Rogue at this time was in her I don't have a personality, I'm just a sexy pinup girl.
Yep.
Number 3, that relationship with Magneto. Ew.
Again, it's the quote that Twitter is like, I blame
Blame Demeo for this,
for this. Yes, yeah.
Number 4. What is actually I don't even remember what happened in the Savage Land besides Rogue and Magneto's gross little fling.
Did Colossus become a Triceratops during this era?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I was referencing the weird Toy Biz toy.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that. 5. This feels like they just wanted to sell variant covers of Savage Land Rogue. And surprise, you can just do that. You don't have to make a comic about it. Let's see.
It's called Ultra Cover. It's called Ultra Covers.
Number 6. Tim Seeley is a better writer than to have to be doing something like this. And maybe he'll do something good with it, but, like, I don't know. Number 7. Rogue wasn't the main character of this arc. It was a Magneto thing.
Was it just Magneto and Storm during this?
Magneto and Rogue, you mean?
I mean, yeah, Rogue. Was it Magneto and Rogue during this?
Yeah, I don't remember if they ran into Kazar. I guess point number, what am I at, 8? Is this how I get Kazar back? In this? And not something present day? Number 9. Okay, I've lost it. I don't have 2 more.
Number 9.
Hey, look.
Number 9. McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Number 9. Why are we doing a 5-issue miniseries to flash back to a time that was 1 issue in a comic? Seems excessive. I don't have a 10. Cass, you got a 10?
Screw Flanders.
There we go. Here's some other covers.
That should be Cal's response every time we ask him.
Yes.
So what do you think, Kals?
That's what Homer says when he's stuck.
Yep. Carrie Andrews did this first cover. Russell Dodderman did this second cover that's like a design costume look. And then Nick Bradshaw did this cover where she's standing on top of a T-Rex.
All I can think of is
and the artist is Zulema Lavina, and I have no idea if I've ever seen their art before. So
all I can think right now is that one line from Gail Simone Exceptional X-Men, where the X-Men went to the Make-A-Wish kid, was it? It's like, you're Rogue, the hot one.
You're Rogue, the hot one, exactly. That's exactly what this... And the thing is, I think the character of Rogue has evolved so well, especially with the current Gail Simone X-Men comic has Rogue as the leader of the X-Men, and now it's like, let's flash back to the time where she was a pinup girl. And that's what feels like, no. You flash back, like, when they flash back to Storm in her, like, punk rock phase, that was an iconic, defining part of the character's history. This is not. Or at least it shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind if they stick Savage Land Rogue on some variant covers and stuff. Don't got a problem with that. I just think going back to this point in time and trying to frame it as something good is kind of like a, man, why?
It's puzzling.
It's puzzling. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All right, and then to whiplash us back in the other direction, what if Mickey and Friends became the Fantastic Four?
Yeah!
I have loved these so far. I love the what if Donald Duck was Wolverine and the what if Donald Duck was Thor. He becomes Thor by accident. It's hilarious. And I'm looking forward to what if Minnie was Captain Marvel, and now we got Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy as the Fantastic Four.
I kind of love Donald's today.
Donald as the Thing is like inspired. Goofy as the Human Torch is amazing. This is written by Riccardo Secchi, Steve Belling, art by Lorenzo Pastrovicchio, cover by the same person, variant cover by Phil Noto, and variant cover by Chrissy Zullo. So here's the Phil Noto cover.
All I want is, I don't want Pete as Doom. I want Mortimer Mouse as Doom.
That'd be great.
That's so much better.
Oh, the Chrissy Zullo cover shows that Pete is actually Gigantor.
Oh, okay, that's perfect then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
I was like, wait, Space Age Robot?
No, not that. Yeah, not that Gigantor. The only problem I ever have with these comics is the character names are not Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy. Like, at least in the Wolverine comic, it was like, "How are you doing, Goofy Hulk?" Like, you can tell that like corporate was like, in order for these things to happen, they must be by their legal names. And sometimes you're reading it and you're like, man. Mickey Hawkeye is certainly a name to have.
I miss Padme, because I forget, we're Disney labeled. Didn't the Mickey Optimus and Donald B, where they're just like Mickey Mouse, or Optimus Prime, or his convoy, or something like that.
Yeah, something
or
like that.
Mickey Convoy. I miss Padme. Like, I don't remember miss the dates of Optimash Prime, or Bumble Spud, or Spider Spud.
All right, and then the last thing we have is the coolest way I've seen an announcement for an omnibus ever happen. Didn't happen in a catalog, didn't happen in a solicitation. Mike Grell's official website got to post this press release that this was for immediate release. It's my 77th birthday and 50th anniversary of The Warlord. I'm pleased to announce that DC will be publishing Mike Grell's The Warlord Omnibus Volume 1 in 2025, to be followed by Volume 2, which will complete my full run of my very first comic creation. Over the decades, Warlord has proven as a perennial favorite among the fans around the world in many languages. The Warlord tells the story of a U.S. spy pilot whose SR-71 is damaged while on a mission over Russia, and plunges through an opening at the North Pole into Skartarsis, the world at the center of the Earth, where creatures from mythology and Earth's ancient past coexist amidst fantasy cities and leftovers of the ancient civilization of Atlantis. Travis Morgan's struggle to survive in the savage world is the heroic saga of a modern man in pursuit of his destiny in a land beyond time. Mike Grell. Mike Grell got to announce the omnibus for the first character he created on his birthday during the anniversary year on his website. Thank you, DC. And also thank you, DC, because we're finally going to have Warlord in good quality. Because this is one of the best comics I've ever read, and I've never been able to read all of it, because you have to find scans of it, because DC has never collected it into proper editions. People have been asking for them to do the omnibus edition for years, and they started digitizing the book for DC Universe a while back. I read the first 16 issues. They suddenly stopped. I got concerned. Now we got the omnibus announcement. They clearly switched their focus onto restoring the issues for the omnibus, and I can't freaking wait, because this book is amazing. If you've never read it and you love sword and sorcery stuff, you owe it to yourself to read Warlord.
So,
then I guess I have to.
Yes.
So Warlord, is that the same like characters and such?
Warlord was a character assassinated in the Justice League Warworld movie, adding to why I hate that movie.
No. I was talking about was it Justice League Unlimited?
Justice League Unlimited. God, what was the name of the episode called? To Another Shore. Where they go to Skartarsis, and it's Silver Banshee and Metallo are like causing trouble, and they run into Warlord and Demos and Matchis.
It wasn't like Ollie. Yeah, wasn't like Ollie and Kara and such went to that.
And it was very fun. They put Ollie in that episode because Mike Grell's most famous work at DC was Green Arrow: The Longbow Hunters. And he also almost infamously drew Travis Morgan's like goatee the same way he drew Ollie's. And then when they did Justice League Unlimited, they basically reused the face model. So they look like they're the same person, which is like, it's a running gag. It's layered. The greatest part about this book, it's written and illustrated by Mike Grell. It's an incredible like undertaking, but it is all the great sword and sorcery stuff. And part of the reason I was so mad at the Justice League Warworld movie, they redesigned Demos and made him a Yellow Claw stereotype when he wasn't in the original comic that was made in the 70s.
No, right?
Jojo, sorry, I haven't missed Transformer Studio Trigger. I am so excited for this omnibus. It is now my most anticipated omnibus on the docket. Like, nothing else is comparing to it right now because I've wanted this for a long time.
Not even Ghost Rider for her? Not even Ghost Rider?
That's because the only Ghost Rider omnibus that's coming up that I'm actually going to buy is the Ghost Rider 2099 omnibus, and I've never read that original run or heard anyone talk about it, so I can't get, like, that. I'm excited to read it, but, like, I'm not like, oh my god. This feels like the thing we've been waiting for. I have a list of wanted omnibuses that I don't know if will ever happen. Blue Beetle Jaime Reyes, a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider omnibus, Soundout, think of non-Latino heroes so that you don't sound like you have a one-track mind. I'm blanking right now. Holy crap. I want more Legion superhero omnibuses always, but...
I forget, didn't you told me that, I think they revealed a new Naruto, hold on, before I could... didn't you tell me that they needed one more Dick trade volume for Jaime's Blue Beetle?
We still need one more Dick trade for Blue Beetle, yeah.
Interesting, because my friend who read both Dick trades said that like the second one ended like it felt like an ending, so like that was really confused.
There's still 12 more issues.
Okay, because I just so long since I read Jaime's Return, I forgot what happened.
Yeah.
So I was confused when he told me that. It's like there should be a third one apparently.
Yeah, it should be because these not only that, but he also appeared in some other books. Like there was some Brave and the Bold issues that could be included and stuff. But yeah, no, he still had 12 more issues. It was a 36-issue run. We only got the first 24 in the thick trades. I want a Blue Beetle Jaime Reyes omnibus, though. I'll rebuy everything. I want a Gail Simone, My Birds of Prey omnibus. That's the one I was thinking of. That's the one that my brain was not coming up with. I got stuck on the Reyes's again. JoJo Star said I was so buy a Robbie Reyes omnibus. I don't care how expensive. I just reread Robbie's original run, the Felipe Smith, Trad Moore / I forgot the guy's name that did the second artist on it. Especially the Trad Moore art is just so good and needs to be on an omnibus format. I can't just stick in standard paperback. That thing needs to be blown up to big size someday. Anyways, I'm stoked about Warlord, and hopefully, fingers crossed, these do well enough we get a Warlord Volume 3 by the guy that took over the writing for the rest of the series, because that'd be great. I'm going to stop talking about Warlord, though, because I'm going to...
He's followed by False Alarm. I thought I saw a new Naruto figure announcement. No, I was mistaken.
Okay.
So no worries. There was no big reveal happening.
No midstream drop. Hooray.
Oh, no, what?
Yeah, luckily there wasn't.
Oh.
I'm so excited for the Warlord Omnibus, though. Near Mint Condition, another YouTube channel that does comic stuff. Does a lot of great comic stuff. They ran a poll for like the most wanted DC omnibuses, and they had like 650 possible books, and then they emailed in the top 60 results to DC, and Warlord was pretty high up on that list. So I don't know if like the community vote had any impact on Warlord getting made, but if it did, that's amazing. I'm also very happy for Mike Grell because like I can tell from the announcement he's very excited to do this because. He's 77. How much longer? He's not going to live forever. Like, it's time to, we should be, especially with these older creators, we should be getting their work out in a high-quality format while they can enjoy it, While fans can buy the omnibus and get them signed by their creators at stuff, Like, it's kind of a bummer that, like, there's a couple different creators that passed away, and it's like, dang, their stuff didn't hit, like, high-quality format and, before they passed,
It reminds me of I think I saw an interview with Ian McKellen recently saying like, "What are you gonna do when you're older? I'm just gonna keep doing what I like."
Yeah, nothing beats William Shatner at Star Trek Las Vegas this year. What's next on? What's the next thing you're gonna do? Probably die.
Come in, Soundout.
Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me.
Are you there, Soundout? I think you are back.
I complained about Jakks again, and I died.
No more. No, you talk about no. The last thing we heard from you before you got cut out is William Shatner. I'm gonna die. And then
your stream died. Yeah. That's why I wrote in the chat.
Die. Oh my gosh.
And your stream said bet.
Yep. It wasn't just you, Sentai Ranger Donnie. It was my internet. That's funny as heck. That is amazing, Astronaut. I will have to go see
Like
that in the VOD.
unintentional-
I will have to go see that in the VOD later. That's amazing.
Oh god.
All right, now let's start the Jakks segment over. I'll just do this to tell myself, so I put the chapter marker correct. Reboot. All right. So, Jakks Pacific has another toy that wasn't announced for the Sonic the 3 toy line because the Sonic the 3... What? Sonic the 3?
Sonic the 3.
I'm flustered. Hold on.
Hey,
That's my favorite movie, Sonic the 3, alongside Sonic the... It's the adaptation of Sonic the Fighters.
This is Jerry Carson's Sopranos-style industry. Oh my gosh.
Sonic, Agent Marco, Sonic the 3.
Sonic the 3. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, a new toy for the movie. It's this crab mech battle playset. Looks like an Eggman crab mech with a Sonic giant enemy crab. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's the same egg crab meat mech we saw at the trailer where Eggman's hiding probably. Hey, this one like at least this one actually looks cool because it looks like actual 3-dimensional on like the Death Egg robot.
Yeah, that Death Egg robot was the day I stopped buying every Sonic thing and started being a little bit pickier.
So it's good. This one's gonna be actually 3-dimensional.
Yep.
That's good.
It looks pretty cool. We'll see if Jakks ever announces it, but probably not. That's why
they don't announce. Sound get used to this.
They only announce
announce
things that can at Comic-Con once a year. I know.
Yeah, you need to get used to this.
I
got used to this.
It's 2024. I want companies to do better. Okay.
They're not a collector company. Even though they make
even though they directly target collectors constantly, yeah.
I know.
NECA, who actually does announce stuff. So, we've been seeing a lot of this, and I haven't covered them because I didn't feel like it, but I wanted to just put context. NECA has been re-releasing their Beetlejuice figures in stores recently, and these are the 15-year-old.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I want to say the chat. Count how many times Santa will say Beetlejuice during this segment, please.
Yes. Oh crap! What if I say it 3 times? Should I just? I'll say it once per toy. All right. So this figure is a re-release of the NECA figure from like 15 years ago. So I like to call him No Knees Johnny because he has no articulation from the waist down.
Hey, this is back during like McFarlane, like how NECA's pretty much being like McFarlane, just glorified statues.
And unlike other figures where they would give them a joint upgrade when they re-released them, they didn't do that here. Now, this Walmart exclusive version comes with the handbook for the recently deceased, which is pretty cool. That's neat. That's more valuable than the figure itself. Now, the fun part, No Knees Keaton, that's got good alliteration.
No Knees Keaton.
I like it. But the big news from NECA, their ultimate Beetlejuice in his bio-exorcist / tour guide look, which might seem a weird thing to do and not do the white striped suit, but this is actually the look he wears the longest in the first movie. He, Zeltrax, I am not calling him BJ. That's worse. Anyways. Dead Michael Keaton here, or Undead Michael Keaton here. This is, oh, thank you, that would be assonance, not alliteration. Anyways. This guy, he is based on the costume he had most of the movie, because he actually only wears the striped suit in one scene, and for a very short amount of time. So, pretty cool. This looks great, though. I think the head sculpts are really nice. I think NECA's action figure style is really appropriate for the character, because he's very grungy and dirty looking. Not usually a thing you want to say with a toy, but he looks dirty on purpose, and I think that's awesome. And I'm pretty excited. So pretty good to look for. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I believe they're also making another version where he's got all the spikes popped out, and he comes with like a diorama of the Dante's Inferno's room. Dante's Inferno room. Yeah, that's coming out as well. But at least he's got joints now. He's got knees, he's got ankles, he's got hips, he's got elbows, he's got your full like neck articulation. So probably gonna pick him up. I probably will. They did confirm they are making stuff based on the second movie as well. So that I'm excited for them to do that because I did like that.
Whenever that happens.
Whenever that happens. 2 to 5 years from now, or whatever happened to all those gargoyles they showed and never released. There's like
Oh,
5
man.
figures they showed, and I'm like,
What are they? Tamashii when they showcase characters and never gonna make? I'm so angry with some Dragon Ball reveals. No,
I
I'm
would
not.
like to know what's going on with the Gargoyles line because I realize I haven't gotten one all year. The last one I got was like in January or February. Nothing's come out since. So, moving on. Horror-wise, the Target Fall Geek Out will have some first-to-Target stuff. These will be available later, including 7-inch scale Ultimate Megan from Megan. I think she looks pretty good in the damaged head and in the robot head. Her main head at certain angles looks a little too round. Like she has kind of a distinctive jaw, but it looks a little round in some shots. It may just be like a thing where the natural shadow needs to hit it instead of the studio lighting.
Yeah.
Probably will pick this up because I actually really like this movie. I've seen this movie like twice now. I liked it more than I thought I would. Let's see. There is the 8-inch retro cloth style Megan, which is in a cloth dress. Actually, I think the face looks a little bit better on the regular. It's weird. The regular head on the Ultimates I don't think looks as good as the damaged head, but the regular head looks better than the damaged head on the retro cloth one, which is strange.
Was this one able to do the weird dance?
I think they both can. I saw a couple video clips from Horror Nights, and it's like you get off the Terror Tram and Megan just starts dancing, and then she pulls a knife out and chases you. I'm like, excited. I'm gonna go to Horror Nights and be terrorized by this doll. Interesting to note, though, with her is that she does have 2 swappable facial expressions as faceplates instead of whole heads, like the Ultimate. So, neat. There's also a new Alf in a t-shirt here, and a retro video game console, which is pretty rad.
He's my favorite horror character.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, he tries to eat a cat in every episode, so...
Yeah, true.
He does fit the horror thing. And then...
Remember, people, in Japan, Alf airs on Tokusatsu, so Alf is indeed the best Tokusatsu.
It's true. And then, rounding out this announcements for the Fall Geek Out, it is the Ultimate Gorilla Soldier from Planet of the Apes, which this is a variation of the regular Gorilla Soldier that they're re-releasing this year, except this one comes with 3 heads in total, plus more accessories, so that way you have different expressions and different looks of gorillas, so you can build like an army out. I might pick up a couple of these to go with the other one and have... Kind of like how I did the Nightmare Demons from American Werewolf, where I bought 4 because they had 4 heads. I might buy 3. I don't know.
Did you seal away that monkey yet, or is he still going to terrorize the shorts eventually again?
He's around. Never know when he might pop up again.
Should we be concerned?
Always. Him and Moopsy. You never know where they might pop up next.
Oh, God.
All right. Mezco has announced their Beetlejuice.
That's the second time. I think that's second.
That's the second company making this character. He actually comes with a lot more stuff because he's a Mezco figure and he costs $150. So he comes with the tombstone, which lights up. It comes with the carousel head with lights and the giant mallet arms, which is we're hitting insane levels of stuff at this point. He does also come with some alternate expressions. He is in the striped suit, of course. I like that the tombstone lights up. That's really fun. I think the likeness isn't as strong on this one because it looks a little clean, but there's also some of these that are digital renders, so we'll see how the final product comes out. But he does come with a bunch of accessories, and he does come with the rolled-up arms, and I wonder if that is like a wire that you can like roll the arms up manually. And he also comes with a shrunken head as a bonus, which is really fun. So he's got, in total, 5 heads, 10 hands, stand, light-up tombstone, plus the shrunken head, a knife, nail file, the handbook for recently deceased, light-up head carousel, extended hammer arms, and yeah, $150. So it's going to be an expensive one, but it's going to come with like basically everything for this look. So pretty cool. I didn't know where to put these in because they're Mondo. They got announced last minute, so I didn't have a title card for them. Mondo is doing Real Monsters as a box set.
Which I was not expecting them to do.
Yeah,
Nickelodeon barely does any
right?
action figure merchandise. They do like plushies and maybe some statues, so it was so odd to see them do actual action figures.
So they are about 6-inch scale. They vary in size from 6 to 8 inches, basically. The way this works is that there's going to be a limited edition, limited to 1,000 pieces, which will include all these here in the exclusive limited edition, these alternate body parts that are in this like checker box thing. That's going to be exclusive to 1,000 pieces for 150. And then the regular edition will be 125, which will come with everything outside that box, like all this stuff over here. So everybody comes with accessories still. They each come with stuff. And that'll be 125 for the 3 of them. And they go up for pre-order tomorrow, the 17th of September at 1 p.m. Eastern. That'll be probably on Mondo's website, I imagine. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked that show as a kid. Do you guys watch Real Monsters?
I
Yeah,
did.
I really like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Rocco Modern Life is still like my favorite, but I think that was like my number 2.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just this makes me curious how many more are they gonna do more classic Nickelodeon figures like this.
Yeah, I wonder too. They could do a Rocco box set. That would get me to bite. I don't think I'm going to drop the money for Real Monsters, but Rocco though. Especially if he comes with Spunky and Heifer and Filbert and
give Filbert his chimney sweep. He always wanted to be a chimney sweeper.
he should be a chimney sweeper. All right, let's roll through some toy news before we get to the PulseCon recap because we're already at 2 hours in. Whoops.
Oh God.
Revoltech. Revoltech is making Jury. Everybody rejoice. Revoltech is making Jury.
I mean, not surprised because she got pretty much revealed. Review with Chun.
Yep. I just wanted to show her off. I'm not a Revoltech person usually, but I bought the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D figures because I have a problem.
I mean, the Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Tree Farm ones look actually decent because I'm not sure because I remember because I think the teleporter Amazing Yamaguchi line.
This is Amazing Yamaguchi, yes.
Yeah, but they back when they started, they had some odd proportions, but now they look at their more on model.
And I think also Jury is a character that can hide joints well because of her design, so I think that helps as well. Anyways, she goes up for pre-order on the 20th September for 12,100 yen. And there is a taunting face that is an exclusive part, but considering every face on Jury is a taunting face, I don't know which one is the exclusive at the Kyoto store.
Yep.
All right, Todd, let's talk. So we talked about Earth 2 Robin before, I think, and I was like, I don't remember this costume at all. He comes with a second head that looks a little bit more familiar, but I'm still not placing this thing. Especially because the artwork they used is for a different look, I think. I don't know, the cape's different. Anyways, there's that. That's what he comes with. And here is Silver Age Joker. He's got Laughing Fish, which is pretty cool. We also have some McFarlane Toys leaks of the Platinum Edition Chase variant for the Damian Wayne. He's in weird colors I don't recognize.
He looks Christmassy.
I don't know why he's Christmassy. We also have a Jokerized Hush, just in case you like those. No judging. We do also have a leak of Commander Steel, who is a gold label, exclusive to either Walmart or Target most likely, and he only comes with an extra pair of fists, because what else is he going to come with? This whole thing is just being indestructible. And then there's also a Parallax Sinestro, which is kind of a weird parts reuse, but kind of cool looking. Also a gold label, probably either Walmart or Target. And then there's a Platinum Edition Deathstroke, where all of his orange line, he's painted in orange lines, where all the lines are, which is kind of a neat way to do it. I actually kind of like the way that looks more than the regular. Kind of get some extra detail. So there you go. That's the McFarlane. We have no Bandai toy news except for SH Figuarts.
For once.
For once, yeah. They took it easy. Still waiting on my chemis, though. Shikamaru Nara is the next SH Figuarts release for Naruto, which is great because we need more of the supporting cast.
I know. I'm really seeing Shikamaru again now. Makes me happy because that's my problem with a lot of the even Dragon Ball has the same problem where they don't do any of the side casts. I'm looking at you, Bleach. So mad we don't have a Rukia in our SH Figuarts Bleach line. But so it's really nice to see. Yeah. So it's really nice to see they're doing all the side characters.
Also, because
I'm glad Shikamaru.
I'm glad Shikamaru because I think he's a great character. Has one of the best arcs in the series as well. I also think because they can reuse that Chunin vest mold, I think that'll help get us more of these characters. But yeah, pretty cool. The next SH Figuart is Beetlejuice. Oh my god. There's a lot of Beetlejuice this week.
All right. You say it 3 times now. Don't say him or else we might actually summon him.
Beetlejuice. Anyways, This is the SH Figuarts release of him. I think this is going to have the most articulation range because it's Figuarts. I think the likenesses are pretty solid on this, even more so than the Mezco. But we don't know what accessories he comes with yet, nor the price. We will find that out eventually. They didn't give us a date. But pretty cool. All right. You guys ready to recap PulseCon? It won't take long.
Yeah.
There is some interesting stuff to talk about that happened after PulseCon that we will talk about in relation to everything. I'm going to kind of breeze through this because I don't think we need to go super in-depth because we talked about a lot of this as it happened. So if you guys feel like that we're breezing through it too quick, like go watch the VOD. Yeah. The VOD syncs up to Hasbro's presentation, basically. So pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to just kind of like supercharge, fly through the reveals. If I have anything I want to add or comment on, we'll do that. You guys want to do the same, that'd be fine. Transformers, we have a little bit of Transformers news as well. So let's get to, I'm just getting the links pulled up so we can do this. Okay, we're going to go back-to-back PulseCon, but we'll end with Transformers because we have other Transformers news. So there's that. Okay.
Transformers was the last thing.
Yes,
PulseCon.
That's true. G.I. Joe was there and only showed 4 figures. So, I don't know.
They really were there.
They really were there. So, all they did during the G.I. Joe part of the presentation was show Xandar, Leatherneck, Saw Viper, and Dialtone, which is the next retail wave. We'd already seen renders of them from Comic-Con, so I don't think they're, like, super... I don't want to say they're not exciting, because I think that the Saw Viper and Xandar look great, especially because they talked about how they have, like, removable armor and stuff, so you can do different looks. I was just like, okay, cool, name drop, and they were like, the hunt for the mass device. I'm like, that's too vague. That doesn't tell me anything, when normally the name drops tell us stuff. And I was like, digital renders, and they didn't say anything. No updates on the Dragonfly, no updates on the Rattler, which was weird. They didn't that was a weird part about PulseCon. No mention of Haslab whatsoever, even if there was things to be updated on. They didn't even say thanks for the Rattler being successful. They
I
said
got Omega Prime.
Haslab.
We got some. I thought we were gonna get some kind of update for Omega Prime, but nope.
Yeah, we got nothing from Haslab, which was weird. They did the inductees on the Hall of Fame, which was pretty cool, and that was it. Turns out they forgot to show the 2 renders of Law and Order, the next partner pack, which has got Law and Order. Law is the guy, Order is the dog. I have a vintage Law and Order because my mom gave them to me with the vintage Shipwreck, so I'm very excited to get nice updated ones. And they gave Law they gave Order some goggles. They gave him some goggles. It's really cool. That dog mold's pretty neat. And then also, Heavy Duty is the next deluxe figure, and I love that he comes with 2 different head sculpts. So you have not only his backwards hat, he also has like his normal hair. Plus, he comes with this big ass like alien-esque rig thing just to shoot stuff, and a ton of missiles for it as well, which is pretty awesome.
I'm glad to see Heavy. I was so surprised Heavy D wasn't in the line yet, so I'm happy to see him because he's always been one of my favorite Joes. Because he was like the roadblock of the 2000s.
The reason he was the roadblock of the 2000s is because they couldn't use the name Roadblock because Transformers had it.
Oh, so it was a Bumblebee Hotshot scenario, pretty much then.
Pretty much. So they put Heavy Duty in. Heavy Duty was in the Deke cartoon in that era of the toy line, so it wasn't like they just pulled him out of nowhere, but they were like, we need a person of color who can carry big weapons. Let's get Roblox cousin Heavy Duty because we can use his name. We can't use Roblox because of Transformers.
I really did like the episode in Renegades with both Roblox and Heavy Duty.
When they finally worked the name stuff out and they could have both on screen for once, that was really cool. Anyways, this is awesome. I'm looking forward to both of those. Now, there is one thing that was weird as hell about the reveals. They showed these figures in person, put them up for pre-order, and every website says that this wave comes out in October 2025. The reason I'm confused is because, yes, we know Hasbro dates are meaningless, pointless, and there's no point even giving dates because they're always wrong. But the prior wave to this says January 2025. Why is there a 9-month gap in the fake dates? That doesn't... Not only does that not make any sense, that also makes me a little concerned. And the fact it hasn't been updated in days says to me that Hasbro thinks this is the right date. That's 13 months away. When are these actually coming out? Also, Also, another concern I have, they showed us a packaged sample of Nemesis Immortal in the Dragonfly unboxing video.
But we
And
haven't seen him. He wasn't there on the stream.
he wasn't there on the stream. And we also have not actually learned when and how he's being released. And that would have been really nice to get an update on. But, of course, New
Is he
York
like a
Comic-Con is
made-to-order?
coming at the end of October, so...
So I doubt he's a made-to-order item.
No, he's not. He's
a
already being
retail
produced.
packaging.
We know
Yeah.
he's being produced. We found out about him because parts of him leaked out of a factory. Somebody had test shot parts of Nemesis Immortal, and that's how we knew he existed. So, yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know what's going on with G.I. Joe. I'm not saying the line's ending. I don't think that's happening, but something's up.
No.
Something's up with this weird gap in the fake dates. So
It feels like someone wrote the wrong date on
Yeah.
the list sheet scenario.
it's just weird because it's like, wouldn't it be like March or April, not like October? It's weird. We'll see what happens. Star Wars.
Ugh.
Star Wars still the worst Hasbro
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
But
you
Prince
didn't want
She's-
to talk about the point?
Prin-
What?
Prince
Well-
Shizor looks cool, guys.
You didn't want to talk about the 25-minute magic and D&D
I will talk about
segment
that in a
took
moment.
half-
I want to get through the stuff, and I'll talk about the presentation once we get through all of it. All right. Prince Caesar looks great. I have no complaints there. They showed Commander Bakara. We talked a lot about how his name sounded like a Bionicle name. This is the guy that killed Kiadi Mundi, so, if you want that,
No,
there you go.
Mundi, no! Not the Jedi who's allowed
We
to
got
have
the
love.
BX Commando droid, and I didn't say it at the time. The more I look at it, I'm like, I hope it stands because my Magna Guards don't stand,
Those
my battle
legs.
droids don't stand. These designs don't translate
Well,
to toys.
So, okay, here's the example. Is it because they can't stand or because they melted where you live?
They couldn't stand when I opened them out of the box fresh because they have no balance to them because the legs are all gummy, so they don't
So
have any
what-
strength. to them.
They still could have melted.
They still could have melted. I know.
Airplane.
I was watching one of Robo's reviews of the HK Assassin droid, and he couldn't get that thing to stand either. It's got like the same thin leg design problem. I don't know how to fix this problem, but they need to. Vintage Collection got Anakin Skywalker, played by Hayden Christensen in the Clone Wars armor from the Ahsoka episode. They also got a clone trooper from that same episode, a Phase 1 clone. There is also Vintage Collection Carrie-Anne Moss with working knees, so now we've gotten up to 2 figures of her with working knees. Wish the show hadn't wasted her. We got Deidre Miro. I remembered her name this time. No, none of me shouting her nickname. I gave everybody nicknames when I was watching Andor. Yeah,
I've done that.
For everyone in context, she was Blonde Bitch, and the other guy that kept following her that worked for the Empire was Bitch Boy. They were the Bitch Twins. Anyways, we got Dagan Gera from Jedi Survivor, which is pretty rad. I do wish he would have had a
You mean
clock
Shanks?
though. Yeah, Shanks. Shanks if he was evil. Or Shanks if he was... Never mind. We got Giraffe Neck Luke. I don't know what happened here.
God.
Low shoulders,
He
long
looks
neck.
so... Those shoulders look horrible.
Also, he has half the articulation as the previous
right.
I know, right?
Right. I remember this.
one.
Yeah.
And then we have... they didn't show any of the promo images for Leia. Traffic cone woman. I have the problem the Mon Mothma figure falls over because she's just a standing stick. She can't stand because she's got no way to spread out her balance. This Leia, I think the hood part's fine. I think she should have had the upper torso be plastic.
Her shoulders are also off low.
Yeah,
so-
they're also...
Yep.
What is up with that? Like, why are they low? I don't think it needed to be a full cloth dress like the last one. I think waist down cloth dress would have been the way to do it. Now, it is apparently cut all the way up because I saw some of the promo images and she's standing splayed out, but I have a feeling what's going to happen if you do that, and then the plastic's going to reconform to its original form, and it's just going to snap closed and knock her over, because I've had that happen. There was some figure that had a plastic dress where it was cut all the way down, and you'd pose it, but then it would, sort of warp the plastic, but then eventually the plastic would come back and then close the legs up, and they'd fall over. Falcons Tech said promo pictures of Leia photoshopped out the pins in her legs, so she's reusing the old Leia legs. Well, at least they'll have more articulation than modern legs.
I mean, you can't use them.
Yep. Vintage Collection's getting the same Luke sculpt, but it looks better here.
Yeah, because he's actually
Actually
proportionate.
does.
He's
Yeah.
actually proportionate. That's
His
why.
shoulders are at the right height, and his neck isn't giraffe length. And also, for the low price of $60, you can get Vintage Collection Wall.
Styrofoam
Oh,
wall.
sorry, I showed two of them at once.
Styrofoam wall.
That was two at once. Wall.
We
That's all you get for $60.
We were clowning on that for a while, weren't we?
Yes, we were, like heavily.
Because again, it needs paint. Well, paint. It just looks like
yeah.
it
Literally.
just looks like a styrofoam wall.
Styrofoam that cut holes in it.
Then the lady that plays the armorer in Mandalorian had her dog in cosplay, which was like the best part of the whole presentation. And then she showed the helmet. So there's the roleplay helmet for the armorer. And that was it. There was no pipe. You know, that's another thing. There was no pipeline reveals for G.I. Joe. There was no pipeline reveals for Star Wars. That sucked. Marvel, baby. Best segment.
Yeah.
The best time, the best segment.
During the
Really
Hasbro Pulse Premium pre-show that was held exclusively on Zoom, lasted about 20 minutes after starting 20 minutes late and not really doing too much, they did show the test shot for Rom. No, he is not coming out in clear cherry flavor. He will be in standard silver. This is just a test shot with whatever plastic was in the mold. But they said, hey, look, he's coming. And I'm like, he's not coming for a while, so we're going to be waiting a bit for him. But that's fine. Now, the actual Marvel reveals, hosted by Ryan and Dwight, they had a poll for Dwight's favorite character, Ryan's favorite character, and Dan's favorite character. The poll was run by typing the person's name into the YouTube chat, which is
weird.
Weird. We'll get back to that. They showed a new animated series Spider-Man based on a modification of the Sunfire body. Comes with a Peter Parker head and a Flash Thompson head for that one episode. And he is sold in a 2-pack with 90s Young Vulture. I would say comes with, you know, the old joke of like, oh, it's Hot Vulture, except I don't think he is. I think that haircut's unfortunate. That pulls him out of that category. I think he's just Young Vulture. We also have the Old Man head included as well. This is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive 2-pack. It's the last of these VHS 2-packs from the anime series.
It's available now.
And it's available now. Yeah, it was in stock. Nice job, guys. Just straight up, it's in stock right now. Then they talked about Secret Wars and how the original Secret Wars is 40 years old. And then they did this Doctor Doom and Captain Marvel 2-pack from last year. And then they showed Beyonder. And the funniest comment that happened in the chat was when somebody in the chat screamed, "Why is he white?" Because Moon Girl Beyonder has rewritten everybody's memories of the Beyonder, as he should.
Good, because he's the best Beyonder. Yasified Beyonder is the de facto Beyonder.
I mean, this guy here is not going to sing me songs about destroying humanity while voiced by Lawrence Fishburne, so I'm not really interested.
Yep.
Now, the cool part about these is they come with a lenticular shield thing that the original Mattel toys did. They recreated those, and they're on the vintage-style card backs, which is pretty rad. I will give them credit for that. The next announcement was a really exciting one for me because it was Titania, who I've been wanting a figure of for a long time.
You got a big reaction on the stream, I remember.
I probably busted several people's speakers, and I apologize. Yep. I was so hyped because this is a She-Hulk character. She looks amazing.
Jen got her fighting buddy finally.
Jen got her fighting buddy. She comes with lenticular shield. It's nice too because Beyonder and Titania weren't in the original toy line, so they inserted a couple new things.
Okay, Beyonder is based off his I think
it's a Secret Wars 2 look, yeah, or at least end of Secret Wars. LPH said, "Why no 90s Spider-Man Beyonder?" I'd take that as a second place. Comic Beyonder's in third. But anyways, they showed her next to She-Hulk, so she is a little bit shorter than She-Hulk. I think she's on the Power Princess body. But that's fine because she should be. She should be a little bit shorter.
Did that mold have thigh swivels? Because I know you're questioning.
Yeah, I checked it. That mold didn't have thigh swivels either. It's fine as long as she can pose well. I don't think Titania is a character that needs thigh swivels. She's not getting
question. Is the ball question? Does the ball joint of the hip is it like is there space so if
it might be like the Star Wars figures where they adjust? That might be possible.
Yeah,
we'll see when I get it. I didn't get Power Princess, so I have no idea.
You didn't get 1D?
Nope. Then I freaked out because they did this to me back to back, and they gave me the brown suit Wolverine they showed at Comic-Con. This is the one that was in the display case. It's based on the 1997 mold. I love it. It's beautiful. It's sold out on Amazon twice already, so holy crap.
I love that head sculpt. I think it's honestly one of my favorite Logan head sculpt.
The length of the cowl ears, the smirk, like, that's a man that's going to mess you up and enjoy it. That is
The
worth
Logan
reading.
Hesk was also great. Also,
Well, he's best at what he does.
Exactly. What he does isn't very nice. And that alternate head is amazing.
I'm so glad we're moving away from Mountain Man Logan head
Yep.
sculpts.
Looks incredible. He also comes with his derpy little shield thing, which is fun. I pre-ordered Titania and Wolverine. I was like, I don't care when this Wolverine and Titania come out. I will get them right away. They are top my list there. The rest of the wave is interesting. We got an Iron Man. This is the James Rhodes version of Iron Man. He comes with the original vintage. We'll talk about that in a moment. He comes with the vintage toy gun from the original Mattel toy. He also comes with removable roller skates. And yes, he does come with a shield that has Tony Stark's face because the original Mattel toy had Tony Stark's face, even though it was Rhodey in the comic.
I hope he says in particular, like one
it's
size
lenticular
Tony, one
between
size
the Iron
Rhodey.
Man helmet and Tony Stark. I wish they would have included a second piece to go in it for Rhodey. That would.
It should be Rhodey, damn it.
That being said, he does come with a lot of accessories for a $25 figure. That's the other thing too. I thought these guys get upcharged because lenticular. They are still $25.
Yeah, that's nice, and you're getting a lot in this packaging for a lot.
I might pick this up because I still need a Rhodey Iron Man for my West Coast Adventures. I'm just trying to match it perfectly because if it doesn't match perfectly, it's no point in buying it. They'll redo it later and it'll match.
I thought you could see the actual eyes behind the visor like you can in old comic, but I think the holes are too small.
Yeah, they are too small.
Do that.
Yeah. All right. Then they showed. God, this one makes me mad. So this is a great-looking Captain America, but he comes only with the broken shield.
Yeah, because it's firstly because it's like the Moon Knight of the Dark Blackheart wave. It's an upgrade. It's the same like 80 years Cap mold, but pinless now.
Yeah.
Also, I also really like the shade of blue.
I like the shade of blue as
well.
The issue with the broken shield and not including a regular one is that we've had two classic Caps now, the 20th anniversary one and this one, which have weird shields. 20th anniversary had one to plug effect parts on it. This one has a broken shield. The problem is that there's no classic color regular shield in this larger shield mold, and this would have been a perfect Cap for anybody to pick up if you included a regular shield. Now you still need to buy another shield.
Yeah, because I also like the smiling head sculpt a lot.
I do too.
On this figure.
What's holding me back is the lack of a classic color large size shield, even from another figure. It just doesn't exist. And
yeah, this is a figure that like if he's on sale, then I might pick it up because I do like because Cap. I'm like I can go with your medium blue or light blue, but it's like especially the smiling head. It's like Superman. I want a smiling head sculpt with my Steve or Superman scenarios.
Blade Raider said, when Captain America breaks his mighty shield, those who chose to abuse his shield don't yield.
Hey, at least he actually comes with a shield. The original Secret Wars didn't. He had to use the lenticular shield.
That's true.
His game with for his shield.
AR says, I've heard the Marvel Select Classic Cap shield could work. I might look into that. That might be an option as well.
Isn't the Ultimate Cap shield also really good?
It is, but it's the darker colors, so...
Yeah, it's darker colors.
Because I took the Ultimate Cap shield and stuck it on my 80th, and it's perfect. So, see you later, Sentai Ranger Donnie. All right, and then the last figure in the wave, of course, is Black Suit Spider-Man.
This one I might pick up. He looks
symbiote suit Spider-Man. There's a difference between the symbiote suit and the black suit. One is a symbiote, one is just a fabric.
This one I might want to pick up. He's using the Amazing Fantasy body because it's a younger Peter.
Look at that crouch factor.
But yeah, he honestly look as good as the Mafex Black Suit figure.
I'm not doing a short on him, but here's the Fantastic Four suit Spider-Man on that same mold. I love it because you can actually hit the Marvel vs. Capcom.
I really want them to make a new comic Miles with this mold. We really need new comic Miles on this mold.
That would be nice. I think it'd be a good fit for sure. It's definitely great. But yeah, good new symbiote Spider-Man. I might pick this up because the last symbiote Spider-Man I picked up was the Pizza Pete body one that came.
Yeah, I got I got the Kraven. Yeah, the Kraven last time.
Which that one's not the symbiote suit. That's the black suit.
Yep.
It's just, I know, weird distinction to make, but it's true. Symbiote suit is webs over hand. Black suit is webs with thwips. The cool part is that you get both. You get the open hands, so you can do the symbiote suit, but you also get the thwips, so it works as the black suit as well.
And he got them 60 Spider-Man squinty eyes.
He does, which is really cool. I think the thing with I think that's fun about this. 94 Coons, speaking of Secret Wars toys, where's Deadpool? Why would Deadpool Deadpool's not gonna be in the Secret Wars fight. He didn't exist when this
I
comic
did
came out.
wrong Secret Wars. I think
Wrong
you did get the
Secret
modern
Wars,
one.
yeah. It's 2015 Secret Wars is different. What's nice about this is it works as your black suit or your symbiote suit because it comes with both handsets. The thing that people don't know about Spider-Man history is that he got rid of the symbiote and then he still was wearing the black costume for certain things, like Kraven's Last Hunt, for example, was a big one. And it was just a fabric
Jojo
suit.
Star. Does that Spider remote come in normal flavor? The closest you can get is the Amazing Spider. The
Amazing
Spider-Man's
Fantasy.
Amazing Friends.
They haven't done
set.
a standard classic red and blue in it though.
No,
Yeah.
the I think the Amazing Friends box that uses the Amazing Fantasy.
Yeah, but
mold,
it's not. It's
right?
it's still animation specific. It's not like it's got shading.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we actually have like a standard red and blue Spider-Man on that mold. Like
I mean, a new Ultimate. I think a newish Ultimate Peter could work with it.
Yeah.
A old Ultimate Peter, original.
Especially next year for the 25th anniversary of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Remember, it's not a modern Epic Collection. It's just an
classic
Epic
Collection. This shot of these four together looks great. I think my only problem is Cap Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I pre-ordered Titania and Wolverine. I will probably end up with Spider-Man, and this might be the Iron Man. I haven't done my research yet. If this is the Iron Man for my West Coast, it's it. I might pick up Cap on sale. I'm probably never picking up Beyonder though.
You know what the vibe of that group shot gives me off? I'm not sure Kel says, but it reminds me of the Avengers game for Genesis. I think it's like Captain America and the Avengers.
Yeah.
Game. I don't know. That's a vibe to it.
All right. And then the last announcement was that the fan vote winner was Dan's favorite character, Nightcrawler, which we're seeing X-Force Nightcrawler. I got excited because it's Nightcrawler. He's my second favorite X-Men for a reason, because number one is Storm. Do you think anybody rates above Storm? No. Anyways, Nightcrawler. Love this guy. This is his second costume variation in Marvel Legends ever.
Yeah.
Because all we ever get is the classic Dave Cockrum look, which is perfection, and it's hard to improve on perfection. Nobody tries.
I still need to pick up the 97
Yeah,
version.
we got in the original Toy Biz, we got the Hasbro Toy Biz, or the Hasbro Classic, and then we got the X-Men 97. It's based on the classic. Now we finally have the X-Force version.
Elder costume.
Finally an alternate costume for him. I'm picking this up for 100% because it's Nightcrawler. I love it. Benjamin says Iron Man's almost perfect. They still can't make his arc reactor the correct yellow for some reason. Yeah, I need to figure out what's up with that because I think that was what held me back from buying a previous Iron Man.
The AI one.
Yeah, the AI one had the wrong reactor color too.
Blue reactor. Yeah.
All right, Chameleon's. Okay, this was the accessory tease. It looks like a mask for Chameleon, maybe an animated series Chameleon or something. We'll see what happens with that. And
it can't be for anime series. No, it can't be for anime series because remember, Chameleon doesn't use masks in that show. He uses a virtual.
Oh, he uses the projector, so it would be a comic Chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that was Marvel. Toransu Fomasu.
Marvel, baby.
Let's go through the. Okay, so let me go through this real quick because it's quick. They just revealed the last wave of Legacy for the most part, and this we already knew because they pipelined it. It's unfortunately all repaints and reissues.
Besides one new figure.
Let's get to it.
That's sadly a repaint.
Everything's a repaint remold. There's no new molds here. Cosmos, reissue from the Walmart Velocitron line. G2 Breakdown, repaint of Breakdown in G2 colors. Origin Bumblebee, re-release of the Target exclusive. Armada Wheeljack is a new character in his base form. He is cartoon accurate, but he is a repaint of the Shattered Glass Armada Wheeljack they already released.
Well, Shattered Glass Dice technically,
yeah, whatever. He doesn't come with wind shear. They said it's a parts count issue. I also say he's a cartoon accurate Wheeljack. He doesn't need to come with wind shear. Wind shear was
I forgot that wind shear never in the anime.
He's one of the only mini-cons that just don't exist in the anime at all. And it's because Wheeljack was very angry in that show, and I don't think he ever wanted to partner up. So, no wind shear, but the wind shear mold exists because it came with the Shattered Glass version. So maybe we'll get a toy color Armada Wheeljack. They
really should do like a mini-con pack on like Pulse.
Should.
I'll buy it. Like $20 to get like Leader 1, Jolt, Sparkplug, and bit drill for Metroplex,
Mhm.
I'll just buy it. I don't care if it's $20. I just want to complete my Armada team.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Mini compacts would be great. Falcon's Tech says Armada Wheeljack looks sick. I agree. The black,
Yep,
the jet black is amazing.
I always love Armada Wheeljack. He's one of my favorite
Mhm.
characters in the series.
For Voyagers, we have a repack of Ramjet from the Amazon 2-pack during Earthrise, and a repack of Tarn, who they even admitted was produced in too low of numbers for the demand. He is now 2 per case instead of 1 per case, which is awesome.
That's nice.
Hellfire says, according to behind-the-scenes post for G2 Breakdown, they're working to try to finish up G2 Minosaur. That is good.
I'm hoping the remaining ones are like Pulse or something like that.
Yeah, especially Motormaster. Leader class Galaxy Shuttle, who was from the Velocitron Wave 2 that was very hard to find to the point where it just didn't exist in most cases, getting a re-release, which is great. And the
That's
other
one of my grabs to
leader
complete my victory
is
collection.
Overcharge, the E-Hobby repaint based on Diaclone colors of Blitzwing.
And tired his mold shell forming.
Yep. Let's see. Falcon Tech says TF Team at SCCC said they need to investigate the viability of old Minicon molds. They'd likely be released in core class in some way, shape, or form. I would like new molds, personally, if we're going to do them. But yeah. Psycho says, and we couldn't get Super Starscream. Yeah, for some reason, the Thundercracker colors of Starscream are...
It's Takara only.
Takara Mall shop only.
He's on, if you guys want, he's on Big Bad.
For $70.
They put... Ugh, nope.
All right, MDLX, the 3-0 line, is doing an Orion Pack / Optimus Prime with swappable parts, a Megatron / D16 with swappable parts, a Lita 1 that comes with hands for Optimus, and a Bumblebee that comes with some swappable parts from Transformers 1.
Oh no, they're picking the Figuart DLC strategy.
Yep. They re-showed Alita 1 and Bumblebee from the Studio Series Deluxes, which they'd already shown last week. We talked about those. And then they showed Voyager class.
Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. I got my package outside my door. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Go ahead.
Voyager class Sentinel Prime has this cool thing where he has a battle mask and like a chest that transforms, and he has like Jetstorm-esque like floaty thruster feet, which is really cool.
That's the one that I said looks like a Super Robot Wars robot.
Yeah, he looks really cool. He has an arm cannon like a Mega Buster. I probably pick this guy up.
Yeah.
Psycho brings a good point. Put this in mind. We're getting Toy Color Metal Hawk that wasn't released outside of Japan, but couldn't get Super Starscream when we got Hotshot and Galvatron. They're both blue jets. Yeah, I think the thing is that Metal Hawk, if it was a straight repack, it would have been one thing, but the fact they changed the colors means we could have gotten Super Starscream. Right, Kels?
Yep.
Sentinel Prime looks amazing. I want to wait for Ryan to
But really, you could turn him into Grungust. Actually, Ryan, don't you know Grungust?
Grungust
from Super Robot Wars. I put a picture of Stream Chat on Friday. Scroll up just a tiny bit.
Oh yeah, he does kind of had the same vibe. Yeah.
Ryan, do you have any thoughts on Sentinel Prime? Because we rushed through. They were rushing this presentation because they ran overtime, and we were trying to order Dino King.
Mold.
It looks amazing. I didn't even notice the battle mode is so different. Like, it has an arm cannon, the faceplate, the chest transforms, and his feet turn into Jetstorm's feet from Beast Wars machines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his feet transform, and they got him up with, like, the thrusters are down, so he's got, like, a flying battle mode.
Yeah, when it comes to any movie toy, I had to wait to see the movie, but honestly, I like the design and mold of this Sentinel Prime, that even though I don't like the character or the movie, I'll still probably pick up this figure.
Yeah,
I see some great, Jetfire Digibass of this mold. You guys, well, I have unboxed it, by the way, of my Marvel Legends.
I will say the last thing they announced was Transformers: Age of the Primes is the name of the Next Generations line. I absolutely despise this logo, and if it's
I'm praying that's a concept.
If it's the final logo, you will never hear me shut up about it. Because
Amazon
every generation line has had a unique logo. This is just the Studio Series logo with different words.
All right. Got my Bushwhacker and Punish. Why are there scuffs on the box? It's brand new.
Amazon. They slide those things.
And oh god, this is heavy. I got the Colossus and Juggernaut 2-pack. So Ileana, your brother's here.
Yay!
Wow, this box is giant. I wasn't expecting this box to be this big.
That Juggernaut figure is massive. He's as big as he is in Marvel vs. Capcom. Falcon Second, that name is way too long for Toyline. I agree. It also is just so generic. Like, Age of Primes. All right, Age of Extinction
I'm glad
plus Primes.
I'm glad at least it's not the reuse of the Prime trademark when we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think my other problem, too, is that this trilogy is going to be around the Primes, probably. So what do we call this? The Primes trilogy? And is that different from the Prime Wars trilogy, which is different from Transformers Prime? We're using...
Yeah.
For Hasbro being so, like, facetious about, like, oh, we can't say transform, we have to say convert. They certainly love reusing names all the time.
I mean, they never really called the Legacy series the Legacy trilogy. It was just Legacy.
Yeah, but we hadn't used the word Legacy in Transformers before. We've used the word Prime in the Prime Wars trilogy. We had Power of the Primes.
Yeah.
Age of the Primes is not connected to Power of the Primes. Like, that... We're getting a little... I know it sounds like I'm splitting hairs, but when I was working on the Transformers viewing guide, one of the most difficult things was how many times they reuse the same damn words. It adds confusion to what you're talking about.
Boy.
All right, let's talk about PulseCon in general. As a broad overview, I thought the presentation was terrible. It was bad.
Yeah.
They started late. They kept adjusting the schedule. They ran 30 to 45 minutes over time. The Transformers team was rushing because they knew that everybody was going to tune out as soon as it hit 6
the pre-orders, because especially with the pre-orders coming up.
Was it 6 when the pre-orders went up? No, that's not
5.
right. 5.
Well, 5 for premium. No, 4. No, 4 for premium. 5 for everyone else.
4 for premium. 5 for everybody else.
Exactly. So they were trying to like get it done, and the thing was they got all the reveals done before 5, but then they still had more stuff to do. The Transformers Hall of Fame still came up. The Age of the Primes dropped. That's why like a bunch of the Transformers stuff just went over my head because I was like, I need to order my Dino King, who didn't sell out, by the way. There apparently is plenty. So there's that. But the Pulse site was broken. It was crashing. You couldn't order anything.
Oh, the Pulse.
I almost missed Wolverine because he sold out, and then I got him on Amazon, luckily. But then Amazon uploaded him without names. It was a mess.
Remember, it crashed your stream. I remember that.
It did. It did crash the stream because I had Pulse tabs open trying to load them to get my Wolverine ordered, and I couldn't. I ordered my Dino King, jumped out to go find Wolverine, and eventually I had to get Wolverine on Amazon. Yeah, and Falcon Sex said the stream gave me massive afterthought vibes, and the new website continued to be trash. I feel like this wasn't necessary at all. Outside of they had exclusives to sell, there wasn't a reason to do PulseCon this year. They just went to San Diego. They're doing Transformers Day next week. They're at New York Comic Con
tomorrow. It's tomorrow, isn't it?
It's tomorrow's Transformers Day. Yes. And are they going to do Pulse 1027? Because please no. We don't need more of these events. It's making every event less impactful because they're happening so frequently that you're like this one was kind of lame because they're saving some of their good stuff for a big audience reaction at New York Comic Con, which makes sense. We didn't need to do this. These exclusives could have just gone up on Pulse, you know?
You remember the last 2 years? How like professional everything looked on PulseCon?
The most professional thing that happened here was when Dan Larson introduced the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame.
That's because it's Dan Larson.
Exactly.
He can present.
I actually remember I brought that up. I was like, look how different it is because he knows how to present.
Mm-hmm. But the thing that bugs me is that they went 45 minutes over like this was the frickin' Oscars. And
then how that they wasted time with the Magic and D&D
that's the thing I was going to get to. First of all, the Pulse Premium early access thing was a disaster. They said
really?
They sent out... Yeah, let me go through that because I think you missed some of this. The Pulse Premium were supposed to have early access to the exclusives, right?
Yeah.
By the time I could order Wolverine, it was already 5. The site was broken through the entire Pulse Premium early access hour. Not only that, the Pulse Premium pre-show that was supposed to be an interactive Q&A wasn't that. It was 2 pre-scripted questions that were so corporate speak they didn't feel natural. It lasted 20 minutes instead of an hour like advertised. It started 20 minutes late, and it was done through frickin' Zoom, and you were supposed to get a Zoom link in an email, which I never got, and many others never got. And if Infinity War Torn hadn't copied that invite link into the Discord, I would have never seen anything from that Pulse Premium thing that I pay for. So it was complete wreck. Then they do the actual show. The show starts late. They spend way too much time. They had this like idea that like people would vote for like what would be put in this G.I. Joe diorama and a cool picture be taken at the end of the show. Except they weren't using the YouTube poll system. They were using like, oh, just say the words in the chat. And I don't know how accurate any of the results are. Exactly.
You can't track something like that. It's so chaotic.
And I guess the reason they didn't do the poll system is because they were also streaming on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. But like, just use the poll system, right? Which is just ridiculous. Collector K9, I got a question. Did you use a credit card or did you use PayPal? Because I heard PayPal would go through, but credit card would not.
Okay, I'll tell you, try and get Dino.
I couldn't even get the card to... I got Dino King. I jumped out. I went back in for Wolverine, and then it wouldn't even load the cart to the problem I ran into was that the cart wouldn't load. It kept saying, too many connections, bad gateway. I was just stuck.
I had to deal with, your phone number is incorrect thing, and I had to re-enter my address thing again.
Yep,
because it's like,
that happens on normal days.
I hate that
too,
so much.
Pulse. K9 used PayPal. Okay, yeah. PayPal worked, apparently just, it would let things go through, but card usage, it didn't. I'm glad that you had no trouble getting... I had no trouble getting Cosmos and Wheeljack afterwards. But I couldn't get Wolverine at Pulse, but I got them on Amazon. But still, it was unnecessarily stressful. The other thing is that... So, I don't think the photography thing came together really that great, because it was like, it took, 3 hours before you saw the final result. I kept forgetting they were doing it. The other thing is they showed a Dungeons & Dragons video that lasted practically a half hour, and that Dungeons & Dragons video, according to Infinity Wartorn, who plays D&D a lot, in our live chat during the reaction, they've already put that video out. It was just a complete waste of time, because none of it was announcing products. It was all about, like, the new rulebook and how the new rulebook's rolling out over the next year. And
as I said on stream, it reminded me of the Game Awards filler stuff, where it's like sort of mini documentaries and such like that.
And here's the thing that's crazy is that if the show ran over by 30 to 45 minutes, with the poor Transformers team having to rush their presentation, because there was a 30-minute D&D video you didn't need to show the whole entirety of. You could have had a small segment about it. They showed Magic the Gathering, and they did at least announce the Ghostbusters cards, and that was shorter than the D&D thing, but that's what killed the runtime on this thing.
What if they were gonna reveal the Age of the Prime stuff, but then they had no time, so they had to rush through it?
Maybe, because, the G.I. Joe team didn't get to do the digital renders. Falcon Sack is a good point. The giveaway, they were doing giveaways, and the giveaway page was broken. It only worked for me on mobile.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, it wouldn't work on desktop for most people. It wouldn't work on mobile for some. Like, Falcon only enters some of them. It just was busted. I don't know what happened between last year and this year, except for the fact that I know Hasbro laid off 1,200 employees.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently some of those people were the web techs and customer service and IT people that help make this stuff.
Why do these companies keep removing people that are necessary to run things?
Exactly. If you're going to fire all those people, don't do a live stream like this, because it was an absolute disaster.
And such like that. Yeah, no, like,
ridiculous.
It was baffling. It was baffling because here's the thing with the Magic and Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm not saying this to insult both, but I'm saying is, why do you put two things? Oh yes, card game and role playing. Where I'm not sure what category you put in. Then but plus toys.
They don't.
Those
they
two
don't mix.
Usually don't mix.
Because like, the thing is, if D&D still had Archive Collection, they were announcing new 6-inch figures. It would fit the program.
Same imagine if like Magic Gathering have like action figures. I would understand, but no.
I think the problem is that, we've had
early?
this issue every time. People tune out during the Magic and D&D thing, and Magic and D&D people don't tune in to a stream that is 60% toys.
Toys, yeah. Also, like the placement. Why place it after G.I. Joe?
Yeah, why do G.I. Joe, Magic, D&D, then Star Wars, Marvel, Transformers?
Star Wars, Marvel, Transformers.
It was ridiculous. Also, the Star Wars trivia had a wrong answer as the correct answer, and that made me upset. You can go see the stream reaction for that. But PulseCon was a mess, and I never want them to do it again. It doesn't feel necessary. Right? At the time they created PulseCon, it was when we weren't doing in-person conventions, and it had a purpose. We don't have that anymore. No reason to do it anymore.
There's a reason why E3 died.
Yep. And the thing is weird. It's like E3. It's like if you know how E3, like, companies pulled out of E3 to do their own presentations?
Yeah.
Hasbro essentially is like, if they presented at E3, did their own presentation, then presented at Tokyo Game Show, then did their own presentation. which none of the studios did. They just said, we're just going to do our own presentations. But Hasbro's still going to these events, so it's like, why even do this? It was just, like a lot of people said, a big waste of time. But the live stream reaction we did to it was fun, and that's the best part of it. All right, now speaking of live streams that I'm not reacting to, because you cannot get me to sit through another one of these, at least not this soon. There is a Transformers Day live stream happening on September 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern, apparently only on Walmart.com, and it's being hosted by 3-0. And Walmart doesn't sell 3-0 products, so what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's like, huh?
It says it will feature new Transformers toys, action figures from Hasbro, and 3-0, and trivia giveaways, plus Walmart-only exclusive drops. Whatever the hell happens tomorrow, we'll talk about it next week.
Well, yeah, it's like, Walmart? Like, I didn't know you could stream on Walmart.
Apparently, I'm not going to put much stock in this being a good stream tomorrow. I will catch people's highlights on Twitter. All right. There was an event happening in Japan for Transformers where we got the look at 2 possible Missing Link figures. And I say possible because they haven't confirmed these for release yet. So, 2 possible things are coming to the Missing Link line, which the Missing Link line has been G1 toy, but articulation. So, first of all, Sunstreaker. Sunstreaker was the first car robot, which means he's perfect to be in Missing Link.
Convoy. Wait, oh, you mean the other one?
I mean, yeah, not the Koji Wada car robots, the original toy line car robots. That was one of the baselines of Transformers. The Sunstreaker here has joints and articulation. Looks like he's transforming, which is a really cool way to do this. Also because the G1 Sunstreaker mold has been lost, and this is the first modern release of it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I think there's even this like title card here that mentions that like, oh, this is something else. That's for RC. The big news though is that they're intending to release RC. RC was prototyped back in the 80s to be released in the original toy line, but never did. Partially because they couldn't quite figure out how she worked.
Also, woman.
There was also going to be a Chrome Dome repaint of RC for Headmaster form from the Rebirth, which didn't happen either. This RC is famously canceled prototype. And Takara, they said they haven't figured it out yet. But they're intending to make it work and release a G1 RC in Missing Link to literally be a listing link of the collection.
Look at them wide burping hips.
Yeah. I will buy this. I will buy this.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if Missing Link continues. Is I want them to do this with all the unreleased toys. Like that, Beast Wars Neo, well, G1 Unicron and the Beast Wars Neo Unicron and such like that.
I'd love to see more of this. I think this is great. Yes, as Blade Raider said, this prototype does not transform. It's just an early sample. They are working on it. I hope this releases because I will buy this for the sake of the history and the novelty. I might even pick up Sunstreaker because of the history. You can also see there was a shot of the original colors. I hope they release her in these colors too, with the
two versions. Yeah,
two versions like they did for the they did it for Convoy, where they did the anime and the toy color. I want the anime and toy color for RC because that looks cool. Yeah. All right, and we get to bring back a segment we haven't had in a while.
By the way, I just want to say thank you to Punisher Wardrobe for actually crediting the artists. Thank you.
Oh, on the box is actually credited?
Yeah.
Holy
it says back in the box art. Yeah, it says on the back. Yeah, actually, first off, they actually have a little description of the set, which I like. I didn't like the other one, which is blank. And yeah, they said art by John Guido and drawing inspired from Punisher War Journal issue 12 and 13 on the back.
That's amazing.
And such.
Please keep doing.
Please do that for all.
Yes.
Please keep yeah.
Please keep doing that. That's amazing. Hellfire says, fun fact, the original prototype is just a foam figure. They never figured out how to transform it. Yeah. All right. Transformers Leak Watch 2024 is back. This will probably be announced tomorrow, but we're going to do it here. Another Insecticon G1 retro style figure. This one being Bombshell. And Bombshell
Bombshell.
It's Black Bombshell, and it includes Energon Cubes and a ram horn, which we're still waiting for in Generations.
Which, because apparently this Bombshell is more based off, because in G1, when he transformed the Romo, he just black.
Yep.
All of a sudden, instead of the purple.
He not just mass shifts, he color shifts too.
Oh, that's cool. The Punisher and Bushwhack backdrop behind the plastic tray actually has panels from the comic.
That's rad. Okay, and then the last piece of toy news is that there is a possible look at upcoming Super 7 items, which includes Ghost of Starscream in sparkly translucent plastic, which is pretty cool for Reaction. A Reaction toy color Grimlock, a Reaction Rumble, and a Reaction prototype RC. How interesting the timing on this. She is in the colors. She's the same Reaction mold as the regular movie cartoon RC, but she is in the prototype colors. And then there's this display that says Super 7. It has the deluxe logo, fully articulated spectacular figure in a VHS-style packaging saying Megatron with Volume 2 Megatron's Master Plan, seemingly confirming that Transformers will end up in the deluxe line with less accessories, the way we saw Lion-O and Monkey and Conan last week. So we shall probably see more on these in the future. These are leaks, so we shall see. Now let's go back to Transformers for the final topic of the day, which we are not going to spend as long on as we could. The Transformers 40th Anniversary Special Video by Studio Trigger. As correctly predicted by us last week, this is just a promotional video. It's not a series. It is a 4-minute short celebrating the legacy of Transformers. And I mean everything.
Is the most beautiful, and man, goddamn, is one of the most beautiful promo videos I've ever seen.
Yep. Psycho says, what is Studio Trigger known for? Well, SSSS Gridman, SSSS Dynazenon, Gridman Universe, the movie that Crunchyroll owns the license to but refuses to release. They've done things like Promare. They did a Star Wars Vision short. They have done
Kill a Kill.
They've done... They did all kinds of...
Delicious and Dungeon.
Yep.
Delicious Dungeon Netflix series.
They did an animated cartoon sequence for the Toy Story that time forgot. They have Cyberpunk Edge Runners. They have done a lot of amazing work. There is references to pretty much every Transformer series in here except Rescue Bots, for the explicit purpose that Rescue Bots never came out in Japan.
Same with BotBots and such like that.
Yes. And I talked about this on Friday. We talked about this a lot on Friday. As JoJo Star said, it sounded you're right. There's an actual storyline to the video. Yes. This video starts with realistic depictions of war in the context of Transformers. There's like some shots that are like out of a Vietnam movie. And it ends with Optimus and Megatron shaking hands, surrounded by the humans who have seen the end of war. Specifically, the RID 2015, G1, Earthspark, and RID 2001 humans who have seen the post-war life, which none of the others have. And it's so beautiful.
Especially if the transition of from G1 to Earthspark, like,
yes,
that was so good.
Oh, so it's not like the Simpsons Halloween horror where Optimus and Megatron team up to enslave humanity together.
Yeah, luckily, actually, we don't see the rest of this. I was going to go with the hopeful for a peaceful future where everyone's included.
Well, it's Earthspark. It's based on Earthspark. It's good.
It's true. But this short is beautiful. The animation's amazing. There's other YouTubers that have done like breakdowns of all the references. Like here's a still of like all the Autobot leaders, which includes
they put
Bumblebee in the Autobot leader camp, which made me happy for RID 2015. And Jan made it in there in his little spacesuit. Yeah,
I know, right? That's so good. These saw that Trigger released a photo after of the Zone cast.
That was not specifically Trigger. It was one of the animators at Trigger that drew that, who worked on Zone.
Trigger. But it was,
yeah.
But it was great to see. And also first gay couple of Transformers.
Yes. The very surprisingly progressive LGBTQ rights of late 80s mecha anime.
Yep.
It's funny. Like, looking back in some shows, I'm like, wow, this is treating people better than.
I mean, they referenced that in this animation. They had the rose that Akira gives to the prince.
That's what the roses were.
Prince. Yes,
that was the only thing I couldn't place.
Yeah, the rose was the scene where Akira gave the prince at the end of Zone. Totally not gay.
I need to rewatch Zone.
Zone is such late 80s mecha.
If you guys want to know what Transformers Zone is, stay tuned for Friday with my How to Watch Transformers viewing guide.
I saw a great thing. Like where sitting with that artwork, it's like, what if Trigger does make a Transformers anime is actually them finishing Zone. I kind
That
of
would be
want that
great.
now. Hearing that,
That would be
I
great.
kind of want.
I hope Trigger gets to do more Transformers because it's the most beautiful thing ever. Especially,
You can tell.
I'm never
can
going
tell
to shut
they-
up about Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal
DNA
digivolving into Optimal Optimus to fight Megatron
and
and
the
Megatron
Megatron.
DNA digivolving into Megatron before clashing with the Beast Machine's versions of themselves superimposed.
Oh, the Beast Machine, that still shot, the Beast Machine shot looks so great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my favorite.
I will say scale is whack all over the place. Guess what? That's freaking Transformers.
I think one of my favorite things about this animation is the fact that they did not shoe line the human. You know, the whole classic. You know, because everybody's like, I also never forget, like, during Comic-Con when they revealed that there's gonna be no humans in this movie, and everybody cheered, and I just groaned.
But it's a Comic-Con audience. They're like there.
I know.
They're gonna cheer. Don't take too much stock in that.
I know, but just kind of saddens me hearing that, because humans is a key part of Transformers. No matter what people say, the robots in the skies for a reason. And them making several scenes highlighting the humans, especially different archetypes of the human cast throughout this, was great.
Yeah.
Seeing the Prime and Armada kids together was so great. Seeing the fighters of Kicker, Sari, and the Headmaster Juniors together was so great.
Oh, and Sari was doing a pose that Kicker does on
the Kicker pose in the Super Link intro. Yes, I love that. And seeing Lori and Bud on the Cody bot, which they look like Dinosaur characters, so even bonus points
Plus,
for
they
that.
included the live-action movies, both universes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. I'm glad.
I know K-Master mentioned some other things they didn't include, but those are all on-screen animation. Like, it's on-screen media for Transformers is what's being highlighted. Yeah, bots and rescue bots weren't there, but Japan never got those.
But never got them. Yeah. You could clearly tell the animation was made with the most love.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could tell, because Trigger, you can always tell. So you look at the Gridman animes, that they really wanted to do Transformers.
You mean how everybody in the Gridman cast was a Shattered Glass reference?
Reference, yep. Yeah. So them finally able to do something with Transformers, and they put their heart and soul into this animation.
Yep. This is the best animated thing that Transformers has had in over a decade. Because the animation in Transformers shows lately has not been great. And this is just amazing. And this is the most heart and love put into anything Transformers I've seen in a while. Because I think there was no corporate meddling stopping anything from this happening. They were just allowed to cook.
Yeah.
And they made a tribute for all of Transformers' 40-year history, not just G1 Optimus Prime Toys Hasbro.
It's such, and like I think also and such, and it really does, because it's one of those things where it's one of those things where I know we've been up and down with the 40th anniversary with Transformers this year, but honestly, I think this is worth it. I think there's no other better way to celebrate this franchise.
This is the best part of the anniversary by far. It blows
everything
else
this
out
honestly,
yeah.
This is, I just say this is what I was leading up to, honestly, because I don't know, there's nothing can top it.
No, nothing. Nothing Hasbro has done for their anniversary even inches close to this. That's what's kind of
I don't even want to say like, Hasbro versus I think that doesn't matter. I just think
the thing I do know is that this is not the biggest problem with this short, and it's the saddest part, is it's not officially available on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. It's region
locked. And it's only fan re-uploads. They officially posted it on the Twitter. It wasn't region locked, but the fact it's region locked is really annoying to me because we can't get it in the full res quality without it being the official upload.
It would be cool. They should upload it tomorrow for Transformers
Day. They should. I thought maybe they'd show it during PulseCon. Because the thing is, it almost feels like this was a thing that Takara did and Hasbro wasn't involved, and then Hasbro's like, well, we can't release that because we don't own that. That's what I worry about. But it'd be nice if this could come out tomorrow for Transformers Day, since they want to celebrate Transformers Day as the day the cartoon premiered, not when the day the franchise began with the Marvel comic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Transformers fan sometimes. I'm getting old. I apologize.
I feel bad because this anime makes me so happy.
Hey, this short was so good it got me to go watch Earthspark Season 2.
Yeah, like I feel so weird because you're so grumpy and I'm so excited 'cause I can literally talk about this for hours because it's
I
such
could
a
too. I just
beautiful
don't want
art.
us to talk for hours because I'm tired and it's already we've been
I'm
streaming 3 hours.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, we've been
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's
It's
okay.
just like when there's
I
such a beautiful piece of art,
Yeah.
I want to just gush, analyze it because it deserves it. It's literally like
Yeah.
it's one
Oh,
of
it's
those where
the most. It is my favorite Transformers thing in the last 10 years, easily.
Mhm.
I love it so
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I just I just yeah
frame
it
by frame breakdown
maybe.
stream later this week.
Well,
Get
people already
copyright
done
claimed
it.
immediately.
Done
Yeah,
it.
people have done it by now. That's why I was like, I kind of wanted to do a whole breakdown, but I was like, everybody's already done their breakdowns.
It's called Sounds Watch Guide Transformers. Coming
Sounds
this
Watch Guide.
Friday.
This is a promo video for Soundout's Watch Guide for Transformers because I cover all this stuff except Koro Q. Sorry, that didn't make it.
The fact they referenced Q Transformers in this was great.
Yeah, that didn't make it. Everything else that is referenced in this will be brought up in the viewing guide on Friday, except for Q Transformers because I didn't think that counted, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, it counts here at
It
least.
counts here. I would love to just talk about this for hours and hours and hours. But that's the end of the news because that's the end of the news. I mean, that's just how it goes. I think we talked about between Friday's stream and today's stream. I feel like we gave good service to the short. I think we did. Is there anything else we want to say about it besides it's really, really good?
Again, I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, I really hope it gets released officially globally tomorrow because it'd make me sad if that doesn't happen. Because if it doesn't happen tomorrow, when is it going to happen? You know. And I think that's kind of the thing is that I would really love for that to be viewable everywhere. I don't think it's a licensing issue with the music because Bumpo Chicken was the first ones to put it out on Twitter on Region Locked, and they also did that Pokemon video. Bumpo Chicken did that Pokemon special.
I have a nickel where yeah, Bumpo Chicken made an anniversary video for a franchise with heart and soul. Oh, 2 nickels.
Yeah, and that got released everywhere. So I don't see why this Transformers one wouldn't be released everywhere, but Transformers is in a weird spot. I'm hoping 2 things happen this week. I hope the short comes out, and I hope Transformers 1 blows up at the box office and gives the brand like
it got great
fuel it
reviews.
needs. It's got great reviews, but are people going to go see it, or are they going to wait for it to go on streaming? That's my concern. You know,
It's Paramount Plus. No one goes to Paramount Plus.
yeah, but people buy things digitally on iTunes, which is basically the same. You know what I mean? Like, are people going to go out and see this movie in theaters, or are they going to wait for it to sit at home? Because for Rise of the Beast, because it came out in a month with 5 blockbusters, it did well, but I think it could have done better.
I mean, the only other competition is the Wild Robot, but that doesn't come out to next week.
Right, but the thing is that we've seen that even without competition, if people aren't interested in going to see a movie in theaters, they just won't. The movie industry is different, and it's hard to predict because I didn't think Inside Out 2 would be the biggest movie of the year, and I also think I also could have never guessed Borderlands would have made the tiny amount of money it actually did. It is astounding how big of a flop Borderlands is. Like, it's very weird. I gotta go. Let me look this up real quick because it fascinates me. Because whatever you think of the movie, the general audience did not care about Borderlands. It made $32 million globally. 32. That's. I mean,
of a budget of like 400 million or something like that.
God, what was the budget on this thing? Let me see.
It was stupidly big.
Yeah, it was 110 to 120 million. That's still a massive failure. And that's the thing.
Avi Rod, people.
Yep, Avi Arad only knows how to make bombs and make bad movies. And then if a movie's good, it's not because of him. The thing is, like, Beetlejuice made like twice the money the original movie did. So you never know with people, right? So I'm hoping Transformers 1 does well. That's a good point, Blade Raider. Kids are in school now, so that might lower the audience to TF1. I hope they go on the weekends, but, you know, kids' movies typically do good when they're not in school, and parents can take them at whatever time they
I mean, it comes out Friday, so it's not a bad release.
I also hope, because this is the thing I'm worried about as well, they've been doing a lot of early fan screenings, and they've shown it at film festivals and stuff. And they did so many fan screenings. There's an official fan screening on the 18th, but some people got to see it this past weekend because their theaters had it early, and that doesn't count towards the opening weekend box office. So I'm hoping that that they didn't get all the fans to go. I haven't seen it yet because my area didn't have the early fan screen. I'm hoping it doesn't eat into the box office because it went into preview screenings, which doesn't go into the opening weekend numbers that a lot of studios base success on. It's stupid, we know, but that's just how the industry works. It's not we can't change the industry fast. But it will go towards the total box office. But if it's all done in previews and then the number shows up kind of soft, a lot of people, and I know this sounds dumb, but this is how a lot of the general audience thinks. They look at not only reviews for a movie, but how much money it made. Because if they're like, oh, that movie made a bunch of money, but its critic reviews were bad, that means it might be good, and people actually like it, and the critics are wrong, because look how many people are going. It actually helps a movie's marketing if it has a good, solid number when it opens.
I mean, you can IGN.
Yeah. The thing is that, review scores are one thing, because everybody's tastes are a little bit different. But having a big box office number is a draw for the general audience to go, oh, I need to see this because everybody's seeing it. I must see it. That's what we call the Barbie effect. It worked for Beetlejuice as well. It's why second weekend drops show the full interest of a movie. It's always going to be, the second weekend is always going to be lower than the first weekend. But will the second weekend stay where it only dropped by like half? That kind of thing is what we look for, because that shows that there's legs on the movie. Otherwise, like Poor Furiosa didn't open big, and its second weekend was like a 73% drop off. Like everybody that wanted to see Furiosa saw it opening weekend, and that was it. And so I'm hoping that Transformers 1 does well, because from everything I've seen of it, I would like that direction for the franchise, to where we have really nice animated storytelling, because I've heard a lot about how it's not just straight comedy, but it's got a lot of heart and it's got a lot of.
If hearing the trailer is really, the trailer really didn't help.
Yeah, but the trailer is also structured like every Illumination trailer, so maybe that'll help the movie.
Yeah.
Marketing's half the get. It's like what gets people into seats in theaters is the hardest thing to figure out. So I hope it does well, because I'm really afraid if it doesn't do well, it will blow back on everything else, because we've seen that with the live action movies, right? Rise of the Beast and Bumblebee weren't like, they were successful, but not like huge hits, and it's kind of taken some rollback in some other areas. Versus like when Revenge of the Fallen made like so much money they couldn't ignore it. The brand just started. That's where we got a collector's line, was because Revenge of the Fallen blew up so much. That there was so much money pumping into the franchise, they can go, let's go start Universe 2 and make a whole collector's line. Like that all came into it. And that, Falcon's Tech, is a good way to end this conversation. This goes back to making new Transformers fans. Transformers 1 seems more kid-friendly, and therefore hopefully more likely to make new Transformers fans. That is exactly what we need, because
Why the toys are better.
the toys need to be better, because we cannot create new Transformers fans if we keep giving them TV shows that get cut off after a couple seasons or have weird airing schedules so they never know when they're on. Or if they're given toys that are infinitely inferior to the collector lines. And on top of that, if they have something new that they can get engaged with. And I think Transformers 1 being PG is perfect. It doesn't need to be PG-13. I think PG is going to give it enough of an edge, but allows it to still have parents take their kids confidently to the movie.
I mean, the Spider-Verse movies were PG, weren't they?
I think the first one was, I think Across was actually PG-13.
Let me check. I have it right here. PG.
Oh, it still was PG. Okay.
Yep.
So that's the thing. It's PG movie. Let's go. Muteki says robots getting shot in curse words. The 1986 movie much?
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, no, I hope Transformers 1 does well, because AR like perfect. It needs a Transformers Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem moment. Yes, something like that. Something where like adults can enjoy it, kids can really like it and relate to it, and it grows and expands the audience for these things, so that way it continues to grow and expand and not just die off with an old generation. Kind of the problem that He-Man's had. I don't think He-Man has a strong young audience coming up.
I thought the Netflix series was a really great series for kids
It
and
was.
adults. Mattel just fumble.
I think they fumbled it, yeah. And so I'm hoping that Transformers 1 is successful and Hasbro doesn't fumble the next venture with Cyberworld or whatever it is. I would also, if this movie is successful, I would just do a TV series based on this movie and just build it further, like the way that Mutant Mayhem has Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Even then, I know some people have problems with that with Tales of the TMT because it's an scenario, but that's a whole other discussion.
That's a whole other discussion, but I like the idea of these aren't two completely separate things. Like, they're continuing off of each other, but you only need to see the movies for the major stories, and you get the side stories on TV. I think it's great for kids. It gives them a way to continue with it, because people talk about those video games that, like, the gaps between game releases are so wide that a kid won't see a completion of a trilogy of games in their
What was
life.
it you said about Invincible? Invincible.
Oh, Invincible,
like
where someone said I was there was someone that was a sophomore in high school when Invincible season 1 came out, and now they're a sophomore in college, and there's only been 2 seasons. That's the kind of issue that we have, is that there's so long between movies, so long between games, so long between streaming shows. If you're going to build an audience and ingrain this stuff into kids the way it's ingrained in our stuff, it really comes down to, you have to give them something they can grow up with, but you can't just leave a kid go for 3 years without a follow-up. Because 3 years to an adult is not much, but 3 years to someone under the age of 21 is a lot. The difference in 3 years can make between 18 and 21 and how much, like, legal rights you have is a lot.
So, aka what's happening sadly with Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse films.
By the time they get the third movie out, it's going to be like 10 years since the first one. That's a whole kid's life. That's a whole childhood right there. That's where I like the idea of Mutant Mayhem having TV seasons between the movies, so that kids are still able to grow up with these turtles, you know? And I want kids to have that with Transformers. Doing the Transformers viewing guide made me realize how many times Hasbro just cuts short a show because a movie's coming out, and I think that's...
I think, honestly, I thought, that's why I thought, even though Cybertron was his own thing, the Unicron trilogy worked so well for a lot of kids my age.
That was...
Because even though, like, they aren't perfect connected...
Because of the airing, it was like 4 years of straight Transformers in one continuity.
Yeah, and even if Cybertron isn't, like, perfect, it's just the same vibe still.
Yeah.
Same voice actor, same anime vibe and such like that.
And I think the problem we've seen is that, like, Cybertron ended, first movie came out. Animated airs, anime ends, Revenge of the Fallen comes out. Then we get Prime starts when Dark of the Moon comes out, and that stuck around for a while because they own the network. But then, you know, and so it made through Age of Extinction, but then it was over before Last Night came out, and then RID 2015 was done before Bumblebee came out, and then Cyberverse was done before Rise of the Beast came out, and then Earthspark is now done before Transformers 1 comes out. I mean, we're not done airing Earthspark, but it's...
I mean, to be fair, Cyberverse lasted the longest.
It did.
like
I think the problem with Cyberverse is the episodes are shorter, so we didn't get as much time with Cyberverse.
Yeah.
But still,
the fact it got those specials at the end was so nice.
It was, and it's just taking so long. I think the problem is that I don't think the strategy of movies coming out, we need to stop focusing on the TV show to promote the movie. Like, just hire a second marketing team. Your company makes billions every year. You can hire a second marketing team that can work on your movie thing while you're doing your TV
the
thing.
quality aside, the fact that Marvel was able to do the MCU plus the Marvel Disney XC stuff was pretty good for a Marvel kid. Like, it doesn't matter what your opinion. Doesn't matter what your opinions on the Disney XD Marvel era shows are. The fact that if you were a Marvel
that was
kid,
like 9 solid years of cartoons where you got 2 or 3 shows at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That's a kid growing up with Marvel. That's kind of like a lot of us that grew up with the '90s Marvel shows. We had that.
Or DC in the 2000s.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it really is. It really is beneficial. Not only just give kids joy and happiness and fun shows to watch, but also for the longevity of these franchises, is that you got to build an audience. You can't just expect the audience to show up out of nowhere. Kentucky Cyberverse wasn't longer than Rescue Bots. Rescue Bots is the longest running Transformers TV show of all time.
That's not even counting
104 episodes.
That's not even counting Academy.
Yeah. 104 episodes, and then you get another 104 episodes with Academy. That runs out to 52 more episodes. But Rescue Bots, 4 seasons. It's the only Transformer show to have 4 full seasons. Every other Transformer show with 4 seasons, their 4th season is just a couple specials or a multi-part. And that's just G1 and Cyberverse. I done too much research on this guide. On that note, though, I think that was a lot of good discussion. It's time to wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Kels, what are you doing tomorrow?
Hey, I'm playing King of Fighters 15.
Yeah.
With you and Bad Gamer and 4 p.m.
Maybe
Eastern.
Maybe me if I'm able.
Yeah. We're going to play King of Fighters 15, where I'm still learning the DLC characters I bought.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Ryan, what's up? What do you do?
Follow me at Darkest Virtue on YouTube and Twitter. Art commissions like the ones you use very channel. You want any proof of this to commission me at either my Twitter or Sound Discord protocol, my Discord and Sound Discord protocol. Link in the description below.
Also, this week's videos, Wednesday's video, I'm flip-flopping between a couple, so I'm not going to commit to either of them. It just depends on what time I have tomorrow. Friday's video will be the Transformers viewing guide, as we've discussed significantly at this point. I am very excited to get that video edited because I sound like a raving lunatic during the Beast Wars continuity section. I'm just going to warn you. It gets so messy. But that is what I do, and that is what will happen. So I'll see you guys next week for another stream. Thanks all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.